Good evening, this is Nerdist to Human, and welcome to our animal-only charity live stream. Now, do let me know if the audio is all working. I will, yes, hopefully, have everything well set up here, and we can get going with what should be a very, very silly mini campaign here. So, yes, as I say, I will get the thumbnail off, and we should be on to the main screen now. As I say, do let me know when you can hear me. I am, there we go, back in the game. I can hear it. I'm just going to turn down my volume a little bit. And you should be able to see a little donation thing there at the top of the screen. Now, okay, we are looking to raise £1,000, as you can see. And there is a little bit of donation on there already. I'll explain about that once I know that all is good and we are all set up. It is working on my little side thing, but I don't know the audio. Audio all sounds good. Thank you, Jimothy and Grant AUM. Thank you very, very much indeed. Okay, so we're here today to play Animal Only. So we're going to be playing as Spain, there who I have set it up as, and there's a few reasons for that. So yeah, we'll get to that momentarily. Spain have a good mix of, well, in this case, animals. We're going to play very hard for obvious reasons. We'll play the short campaign. I mean, let's be honest. Nothing here is going to be too serious. So we have ourselves the classic barbarian intro, of course. Don't worry, it's all our land. It will all be ours very, very soon indeed. But today the plan is to play with animals. I think Rome Total War, as I mentioned in the short this morning, if you've seen it, has a really good sense of humour. Now, one thing I really like about Rome is it really likes to play around with things like different units. So we have ourselves, for example, the pigs here, okay? The Aperico Jamon, because we're playing as Spain, okay? I like to entertain myself, what can I say? Now, these guys, there's just a little tidbit of history about these, about some pigs scaring some elephants, and so they put them in the game. It's great. It does actually create a little bit of balance for elephants being redonkulously OP at times, but I guess they're probably pretty darn good in history as well. So obviously Spain only get themselves the warhounds. They're the basic chaps that we can get as them, and they do have horses as well, but we want to have all of the animals. So what we've got is we've got ourselves warhounds, we've got ourselves pigs, and the only other unit we're allowed is some peasants, just to kind of look after the towns basically. Now the thing is, right, we couldn't just do this with just pigs and dogs. So I had to create some other units, and so what we've got is, we've got some slightly odd units, some cursed units. Now this is possibly the worst thumbnail of the lot, but hey ho, I've made some slapdash thumbnails. What we have are Roman peasants. These are actually the peasant units from when you walk around the town, and I've stuck them on some horses. They can be very, very strange when we use them in battle, so I do very much hope you enjoy these units. They don't have much defense, they don't do much in attack, but they exist and we're going to have plenty of them. They're cheap and cheerful, damn it. So the Spanish cavalass, yes, they're the last cavalry, so that is them. Now we have ourselves the camel lads as well, the camel male versions over here. Now for these we will of course need to hire up some, find some camels in the local vicinity. So really, I think our plan here is to head south towards Numantia and Carthage. Now, we are on the short campaign, so our job is to destroy Carthage anyway. So it kind of makes sense, but we want to get ourselves camels and elephants. Now, we do have all of our units to start with here, apart from the cheetah olifants, which are the elephants, because they are manned by female units on top. We'll get to those eventually, but possibly not right now. We don't start with any of those humongous lads. What we do have though is a selection of other units. Now what I wanted to do was I wanted our units to not feel like humans riding animals, so we've got centaurs. Okay, we've got centaurs. We've stuck the naked fanatics on top of a horse, and I've kind of purposely not picked a unit that actually is supposed to be mounted. I've picked it's a model that's standing. So they, by and large, apart from the foot here in this particular picture, by and large they will look like they're just sticking out of the top. So we are kind of centaurs, but with both heads. Yes, I know that's not quite a centaur, but it's a Spanish centaur, damn it, and we're going to stick with it. So we've got our centaurs, we've got our cavalass. They're kind of our two classic horse units. We have the camel lads, as has been introduced already. We also have some female camel lads, the archer camel ass, and these are Amazonians on camelback, which are going to be powerful, I would imagine, but we'll see how that all comes together. Hey nerd, hey indeed, Warring 675, and hi to Johos 1316. Excellently spelt name there, sir. I appreciate that. So yes, we have ourselves a selection of weird creatures, because as I say, I didn't really want this to feel like we had dogs and pigs and elephants, and then we had some, normal cavalry. No. We have some slightly unusual ones. We have either random female units or random, naked lads who have morphed with the horses. So we have centaurs, we have weird beasts of the world here. Now we also have the barbarian elephants over here. This again is the peasant ladies on top of some basic elephants. So this is probably one of the better thumbnails, it should be said, but you can tell which one I did first, can't you? This one's absolutely awful, but it's fine. We've done the prep that we need to. Now I can see here that someone's donated. Thank you very much. I am supposed to, if I just try and work this out, a moment, I should be able to have it pop up on the screen, and maybe I didn't do it right. I'm not sure about that. So I should have seen that pop up on the screen, but that seems to have failed. I can actually see, the progress bar. I can't see the alert bar, which is a bit of a shame. So I might have to see where the donation is coming from. But thank you very, very much for the donation. That's a good £50 or so. So there we go. All right, actually, one last thing before I get to the charitable thing for today, which I guess I'll bring up a few times. We also have our generals. Now, the generals look like normal lads out on here, but I have made unique units. I actually just haven't made the thumbnail for them because I didn't expect to click on them, but here we are, I'm clicking on them now. So we have the bull cavalry, okay? So these are kind of bull warriors on horseback, which is interesting because they're supposed to have 2 hit points, so I kind of gave them a third because their stats defensively aren't actually that good, they just have the extra hit points. So, okay, our units are bull infantry on cavalry. So they're all a bit of a strange mix. It's fine. Now, what is our actual plan for attack? As I say, we're going to go and take on Numantia and Carthage, that kind of thing. Make sure we have ample supply of all of our silly units here. I don't think I've missed anyone. Oh, I've missed the armoured camel lads. There we go. So yes, we have ourselves just a lovely peasant lad on top of the armoured camel. So those are our units, basically. There is a later version of the general, and we'll get to that in time. But yeah, since we do have ourselves a lovely donation, thank you very much to that. Yeah, it's best to explain what we're at, but I'll just get to your questions quickly. So, Kenayusvi, I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but Kenayusvi is a mod for Medieval 2. It is Rome Total War. It's fairly vanilla, apart from I've just basically created some units here and given them to Spain. As I say, I've just kind of made them not feel as human riding horse or camel. Otherwise, it's all pretty much vanilla Rome Total War here. This is my own little mod thing I've just put together this week, and I'll make it available on the Patreon. There's a collections section, and you can freely access a lot of the little different mod games that I make here on the channel. I will put this one up in the next week or so when I just tied up a few things here or there. But yes, basically the charity here today, we are raising money for charity. It is Haven's Hospice, who basically they will look after, well, it's a hospice, as you might imagine. Their job there as a charity is to look after people in their last days, and usually if you end up in hospice it's because it's expected to be terminal. So yeah, they do some excellent work looking after people in their last days. They are, of course, as I say, a charity. It means that rather than spending your last days in what can be a fairly sterile kind of hospital situation, you end up instead in what is a much nicer kind of location where they get looked after much better, I would say, is my experience of seeing my grandparents in the hospital compared to, say, my father in this here hospice. So as I mentioned, my father was in this hospice 5 years ago. About now, my father passed away, but his last few days he was looked after really well in that there hospice, Haven's Hospice. I would say as well, it isn't just that they looked after him well, is that they really thought about the family as well. So the family, me and my brothers, my mother, we we were very well looked after. They actually arrived at our house before we left for the funeral as well. They made sure to look after us, and even just little mementos as well. So I think it's a very, very good cause indeed. I know a good friend of mine actually lost her father recently. He was also looked after by Haven's Hospices, and she had nothing but great words to say for them. So that's who we're raising for today. We'll bring it up maybe a little bit more and some more details as we go. We might as well get moving. So thank you for the first person who donated. Sorry about your father. Yeah, well, thank you very much. I don't really discuss that sort of thing here on the channel, obviously, but it is something I've wanted to do for a long time, is to kind of use this space here to, you know, help something for a cause that means something to me. And whilst I can't necessarily regularly donate what I'd like in terms of the charity here, you know, we've got what, 17,000 subscribers here, so maybe there's a few people who would like to support the great work they do. So in terms of our moves then, we want to crush, say, Carthage there, and we probably want to go deal with Gaul here as well. Spain, I think, have a really annoying start position. They have two kind of sets of regions which are isolated, basically. But we also have to declare war on two different factions to take control of the peninsula. Now, once you have done that, you're actually in a fairly solid position. We're in very hard, so Rome are going to invade Oscar pretty darn early, and it's going to be sad and annoying. So the question is, what do we want to do with our paltry amount of money? We probably want to build the wall, but I don't know. We'll get some peasants to look after the town, but I'm going to say we just get going. To be honest, sod it, we're just going to get moving. So, you say, how does Oscar feel? Oscar's kind of relaxed enough if it's on low tax rate. Good. So you move yourself over here, we're just going to get you moving in that direction. Scalabis and Carthaginova, you probably need to be moving, I would say, towards... Yeah, I would say you guys want to be moving towards Cordoba, so I think that is the plan there. Now over here, likewise, can we just look after all of our towns with peasants? I would like to think so. We've got the same amount of units as we normally would at the start of the game, by the way. I've just changed them so that we kind of get a little taste of each of our units. And Osturica, which should be the most safe territory in all of Rome Total War history. What a great settlement this one is. This one as well. I'm hoping that we can get out of here. Looks like we can. I am going to... you know what? As much as I want a watchtower, it's probably not the best use of my money. So one thing you can do with Spain is overwhelm these two, because you do have them surrounded. I just think it's not ideal to be declaring double war at the start. Now, I'm going to build a road just to kind of get us moving. You're building the wall to keep us free, and you're building... things as well. So yeah, road. That is the plan. Let's get moving into Andalusia. Okay, and Carthaginova as well, you also need to be moving. Can we look after you? Yes, we can. Good. So, we will be moving everyone. Now, the question is, yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll move them around here. And we'll see how this goes. Now, at this stage, we've got ourselves everything we need for turn one. We also have a diplomat here. Do we have a spy? I'm not sure if we do, you know. Doesn't necessarily look at... Wow, you do not get a spy as the Spanish. No, you do. I just already clicked on him. I'm a complete fool. Okay. So, War Dog Supremacy, says Nick Pardon. 1057 indeed. We could just go for War Dog. I mean, I have seen, I think Miniaturina did once on a live stream, and obviously there's the classic spiffing Brit dog video. So yes, dogs are particularly good, I would say, for this kind of animal only kind of situation. So there we are, animal only, and I guess we'll press enter. I don't know if we've got anything left to do. So we'll get ourselves moving. Right. So these are truly cursed. It could be Troy Total War. Thank you for that, Jimify. Yes, you know what? They are quite cursed units, but I kind of love that they are too. We also now have no money, which is excellent. So a couple things then. Where is our town? Just south of the river here. So there is Cordoba. Let's try and get some money for trade rights, but to be honest, they have a lot more trade to offer than we do, so I suspect they're not going to be having it. Oh, they're happy to accept that. Oh, good. Probably could have asked for much more. I'm going to ask for some map information and a bit of money as well. I will say, as much as I feel I'm fairly good at the game, I don't know any of this diplomacy stuff very well and what you can really get for it. So I'll take the money that I can, and I don't think I can get up to the Gauls, to be honest. So maybe I'm better off just sending him down that direction. Can we make it there? We can. Okay. Right. Immediately wage war with them, which I'm sure they'll feel really relaxed about. Needs more camelry. Don't worry, we'll be hiring more camelry very, very soon. And as I've said camelry before, but someone did say to me that this is actually a term. So there we are. Does say guy riding a donkey as a unit. It'll be a dodgy thumbnail, if anything. So there's the Spanish cavalass. We have the camel lads. And we also have over here, we have the... No, that's that. We have the archer cavalass. You can see the centaurs, that might be what you're referring to as well. And then lastly over here we have the armoured camel lads. So they're really the cursed units you can see all around. Okay, you move over here. I think we can win either of these battles anyway. One thing that's annoying about these two towns for Spain as well is that they do have around 7 units. Like, they're not pushovers. They're isolated, so the game does give them good units. So we need to bear that in mind. Now, Gaul... Yeah, I'd really like to have spoken to them before we arrived, but it's just not going to happen, is it? So, not ideal. It is what it is. We're going to go and punch them on the nose, but I don't think there's anything more we can do this turn. So, I will just get this saved up like that. Okay, so Zorbra, V, D, K, W, D, E, E, W. Hey, I stumbled across your guides the other day and absolutely love them. Any chance we might do a Parthia guide one day? Yes, so the way the guides work is typically I'll do the live stream series for them, and then we do the guide at the end, because it just kind of allows us to really get in depth with the faction, get to know them a bit more, or remind me about them a little bit more before I do the guide. I could just kind of, you know, whack out guide after guide, but I kind of like to do it following the live stream. So when we're done with this sort of animal only, we'll probably we might do it next week as well, see how much people enjoy it. But yes, the plan is Dacia are the next one on the vote. So the plan is for Dacia to be the next one that we get on with, but there will be a vote after that. I don't imagine Dacia will do like a big long campaign like the Seleucids. We'll probably keep it a little bit shorter. I'm gonna say I'm tempted to blow my money here just on mines, but I probably shouldn't. I have enough units for the time being. The mines would be nice. The port isn't going to help me very much because there's no one to trade with. I guess I could port to myself, which isn't perfect. Oscar can have itself a road. That's an easy enough decision. And maybe I just want some land clearance. Maybe I just want to get a bit of growth going on. I'm going to just commit to triple land clearance. I might regret that, but it is what it is. So we'll save up the end turn, and we won't worry about hiring any more units right now. They have gone for us, which is interesting. This is the elephant army, so I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. Right, Balearic Slingers, Iberian Infantry, Skirmishers, Round Shield Cav. Nothing too much of a concern. And we've got Theophanes over here, who, you know, fairly standard early game general. Round Shield Cav, Iberian Infantry, good. And actually, we never really looked at our general, so we probably should. We've got Bodyguard here, +2 to Valor, that's appreciated. Lively, intelligent. So Stringer, that explains how he got here then, because it did look like it was quite a long way to go. Okay, so in we go to Cordoba then. We'll save up before the battle. 1-0. Let's head on in. Now, these units, as far as I'm concerned, have worked every time battle, so I'm hoping we don't have any problems. Sometimes I do get crashes when I mod Rome. Normally it doesn't happen live stream. It's normally to do with different being on a different, can't think what it is now, like different frame size, screen size between the battles and the other part. So Spain, I do like the general in their blue with their kind of browny gold. Very nice. Oh, these are the bull generals, by the way. So bull cavalry. They do have javelins too. So while I haven't done the thumbnail for them, because I thought, oh yes, honest, they have a thumbnail here, but yes, this one they don't. So we'll see. We can throw javelins with them, so they're quite good fun. But of course, the rest of them we can see in person here. Was there anything else? Thomas, what tomfoolery have we got ourselves into today? Walter the Dog 37. Oh, this one's very, very silly. Don't worry about it. And I believe that was the other comment we saw. Spain and Germany had the best war dogs in the game. There are some slightly different ones. Some are war hounds, some are war dogs. They are phrased differently. I don't know if it actually makes a difference or not. Maybe it does. I would say centaurs are going to be our kind of front line attackers. We don't really have infantry because we're animals. So don't worry about that. We'll put the elephants. Sorry, I should pronounce their names properly. Over on the flanks that we can sort of smash into them, and we'll put the general just here by Rocky McGee. So let's just introduce some of our friends here. So we have the cavalass. These are our light cavalry. Ignore the feet half sticking out of the bottom. Yeah, as I say, these are the female peasants, which you don't really see. They're in the, when you zoom into the map, the city map, these are the models walking around the city. They technically don't have an attack animation. You're going to see they're quite fun when we charge them in, because they basically just punch. I don't know why they were chosen to be animated with a punch, but apparently that's how they attack. Next we've got the centaurs, who of course, being naked men, kind of worked as centaurs quite well, and obviously they're already a Spanish unit, so they look quite fun. I enjoy those guys. Camel lads, who are some proper, just like, you know, chavs on tour in Egypt, basically, on their camels. Quite why it chose to give them Parthian camels rather than Numidian, I don't know. I feel the Numidian colour would have worked better. You just happened to give them. I wasn't going to over-mod this, so I wasn't too concerned. And over here we again have our Ellies, because I kind of feel like we're animal only, but we're also kind of just like the peasants. So we're kind of trying to pick ones which feel like it fits. So yes, we've got the elephants over here. They have no feet. They are one and the same creature. Okay, let's not question any of this. So, it was me that told you the cavalry term, the Black Shield. Thank you very much, sir. Don't forget to raise your taxes because you play very hard. I should raise my taxes, but I've put them low at the start, haven't I, just for the peasants. But you're right, now I've got the peasants. I should do that. Let's see what these guys want to do. Now, we could just go for a charge. The thing is, we're going to be very glass cannon, should be said, because animals generally aren't full of armour, or at least mammals aren't. Unfortunately, we have no, like, reptile animals here who might have some armour on them. We obviously do have the armoured camel lads, but they're not with us here. So this shield is something, but it's not going to be everything. I'll be infantry at the front. These guys, I tell you what, let's get the cavalass. Let's get one unit of cavalass to do a good charge here. So okay, Father's Day is at September 6th. I don't know about in other places. I know our Mother's Day in England is very different. Father's Day, this I'm pretty certain it is in like US as well. I don't think it is, say, in Spain, but yeah, certainly in some place it will be. These girls are going to rout instantly, by the way. But if we watch, so there's punch. You're going to go for a few punches. They're going to, mostly these are going to be about mopping people up. Okay, they're not really meant to do that, but I just wanted you to see them charge in with a swinging punch, which is absolutely lovely. Right, skirmishers are a problem. So we're going to say, yeah, let's go and get the camel lads into the side here. Elephants can just charge. Elephants, if you want to hit this general, that would be ideal. Here come the centaurs who have just melted them. Absolutely glorious. Perfect news all around. And the general, the round shield cav, they're going to get elephanted, and we will now swing the camels into them. The thing is, I don't think they're going to do very well against these at the start here. We'll use the cavalasses. I should have given them slightly different names. they can mop things up. But we do have the reinforcements, who, that's us, Thomas. They're reinforcements down the hill here. So I would say, grab our units, bring them back over here. That would be marvellous. And we'll just send those girls off to go and deal with them. You said bring yourself back over here as well. And we'll be absolutely okay. So yes, UK Day is Father's Day. Great, September 6th in Australia. Interesting. Not sure about that. Dacia, good news. The Dacian campaign has been mentioned. Indeed, it does exist. It will happen. It is on the plan. It's just, yeah, it's been a bit difficult getting on top of the channel things at times this year. I've had quite a bit more work, day-to-day work, so that has somewhat slowed it down at times. But it is very much the plan. Fear not. It is coming. Once we're done with this live stream series, the summer's normally a bit quieter for my work anyway, my day-to-day stuff, so it's a much better time for me to be getting involved with some of the live streaming stuff. So we'll be back with Dacia before too long. Chances are, if people are into this one, we'll probably do this again next weekend as well. Obviously Father's Day fits in well with the fact that it's the charity in question, Havens Hospices, looked after my father, so it does make sense. But we will, I would say, to speed this up, let them tire themselves out. We do the elephants. I don't really, I mean, people can go a bit over the top with elephants and think that they're stronger than they are, at least these kind anyway. These are really about, you know, hammer and anvil stuff. You really shouldn't expect too much from them. But we know the camel lads can deal with the Iberian infantry. So I'm going to tell them to charge into them. You hit the round shields, get the camels into the general, get the bull warriors. Oh, we're on double speed, aren't we? Okay. Yep, they've done that job. But yeah, we need the camels to come in and just help get rid of this. Cavallasses. I have to change that name. Cavallasses. You get yourselves over here. General can throw into these guys. You can see they should have javelins. There we go. We're a bit like the Pontic and Armenian lads. We might hit our own elephants here. Not sure about that. Down goes their general. Lovely stuff. And with that, the animals are claiming victory. It feels a bit weird not having the dogs or pigs in this particular army, but that's just the way it goes. Let's see if our Cavallasses can catch up with those round shield cav, because they should be pretty darn swift, to be honest. That's going to be their job, not so much the charging in. They can punch them to death now, but yes, they're not. They're really even probably weaker than the Greek cavalry when it actually comes to just a basic charge. Do we mounted screeching women? Yeah, I had considered that, and I think we might have to do that next week. In the end, some of them audience took a little bit longer than I planned. They're just punching them to death. It's lovely. Yeah, so I am taking suggestions. Do suggest whatever units I can mod. I haven't really fiddled with the models in a sense. So, for example, I think the archered camel lasses, I don't think they have a melee weapon because I just use the Amazon chariot women. So I need to go and I need to do a little bit more fiddling with the models. So we'll see about changing that up later. And we'll also see about other things like the screeching women. That could be good fun, can't it? Okay, so there we are. Good early victory for us. The most of our losses there were me just showing off the Cavallass. You really shouldn't. Nice, 69 casualties inflicted. Really shouldn't be doing that charging like we did there. God, I love the music. Indeed, indeed. The music of this game is just too good. And with that, Córdoba is ours. Good. I have reclaimed the lands that I currently live. For those who don't know, I'm in the south of Spain. So Andalusia is mine. Haha. And I'm just going to occupy. I think it'll be absolutely fine. We need not worry about it. Okay. Screeching pigs. Well, we could do screeching pigs, but some might say that is what the Polars are anyway. But I would not say that. But some could say that indeed. So, Greek cities are at war with all the Romans. That's not surprising. We have built some stuff and things, and their army is routed. Okay, question is then, next thing. What do I want? I could see a little thing there on the screen. Okay, I don't know how long that appeared. The icon of someone donated, but someone has donated. Thank you very, very. I have to look at getting that to stay up longer. It's just what just getting set up though. So I didn't have much control over that, to be honest. Right, I'm going to say right now, I need a port because I don't have any boats, and I currently have the money for one, so I'm just going to put it in production now, but I can't actually get across until I build a port. So I need to do that pretty swiftly. Right, Numantia is guarded. Now, okay, if they run out at me right now, I am in trouble. I don't think that army is quite good enough for that situation. So you move yourself to the bridge. You have the archer camel ass, who should be pretty darn effective, all things considered. And that'd be a good starting point. We can then send some of this up to Oscar just as a blockade spot. We do need to go deal with Palmer, so we'll consider that in time as well. But I think the money being spent here on boat is good plan. I guess we can spend a moment or two just to settle things down. Now, our tax rate can be raised, as was mentioned in the comment. Thank you for that, because now we have the peasants back. I will put them on normal, very high. I do want them to grow, but we're at 2% still. We'll leave it at that for now, but I do need growth, which is why I've gone for the farms. Typically farms are more something that I go for in Medieval 2 rather than in this, okay? It'd be glorious. Many horses. Literally, do not sacrifice your own elephants. No, I need to be careful with my elephants early doors here. We're not going to send them in crazily. The elephants, sorry, must pronounce this right. They are elephants. The barbarian elephants are precious. We need to head over here. We can get elephants over in Numantia. We'll be heading there soon, and there's plenty of random wild animals. You need more elephants, more camels, etc., etc. Now, I might actually ignore Numantia and actually go straight for like the Carthaginian territory, just to make sure I've not got too many wars. That might be the best plan, just to kind of go Palmer and then over here. Is that the better idea? There is no port available, so those two are the only two I've got. Interesting. Okay. Is it possible to mod the chariot in a way that swaps the models of humans and horses? That's above Thomas's skills currently without it look like a nightmare fuel. Yeah, I sort of hoping for nightmare fuel. You know what? If indeed we do another round of this on next week's live stream, then yeah, sure, we can see if we can add some more nonsense. I don't want stuff to be unstable. All I've added is stuff that's pretty steady in terms of the game running. But yes, fair enough. I don't necessarily disagree. There's Carthaginian diplomat. I don't necessarily disagree. We could have something completely silly as well. And I probably should just add the Amazonian chariots, really, because I feel like we haven't got chariots represented, and we should. It's just, what can I get to ride the chariot? We do have pigs, yes. Worrying 765. I can number. I can definitely say numbers, me, and we will just give ourselves some saves. So, in my turn, I don't think I had anything else to do. Certainly hope not. Now that means we're in a pretty good position here, I would say, to start the siege. You get yourselves into this corner. Neutral faction, declare war. Now, oh, the gate is open. That is nice. Now, it's a good thing we got two dogs here. Oh, they've got dogs as well. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Okay, we can deal with the dogs. But yes, dogs in cities are fun. They do sometimes get stuck on buildings and stuck in sort of no-go areas, but they do just run straight towards the centre, which is useful. Not so good for defending cities because they do kind of just run out sometimes, but it's fine. It's not too bad. Oh, rebels. You know what? We can afford to deal with you right now. So what I might say is, if we send the... Do you have cavaliers? Yes, you do have one. They're mostly there for mopping up duty. So I'm going to say, you go and deal with them. We do have a little bit of money, which is surprising. We can get ourselves different temples. Right. I actually can't remember the Spanish temples very well. So let's have a quick look at them. Oh, the Temple of Horse Pantheon. Lovely. This text not appear on screen. Have I set this up to be working? That's fun. Okay, so Sacred Circle of Tutatis. We have experience. Light weapons, I think we're going to have quite a lot of that. We have a Pona, which is the experience bonus. That's just straight experience. That goes crazy. Like, this is generally, like, insane, this thing. Obviously, you can't get these size temples, but yes, it is a bit mad. Sacred Circle of Abnoba, thank you very much. +3 missiles. We don't have very many missiles, so that would be quite rare. But in a camel town for our archer camels, then that would be good. And Bull Warriors Naked Fanatics, we won't be training them. Did I not take that off? Oh, I didn't take that off. I didn't go to the temples on the building browser. That's something to make note of. Okay, I have removed all the normal units from our recruitment pool. So do remove temple units. Okay, we won't be having the temple units. So I've made a little note of that here. Okay, lovely stuff. So yes, we do have pigs. We'll sort out some chariots. And in terms of understanding how our things work, the actual towns give us peasants, and they've also given us the pigs, the Iberico Jamon, and also a Spanish cavalass, who are just our basic peasant horse people. So they are available in our basic warriors hold. In the next one, we also get the warhounds. They're not from stables. They are basic lads out of our little animal pen here. Okay, so the warhounds out of those. And then it just kind of, oh, we shouldn't have the Scutiari either. Interesting. I didn't touch the barracks. I think all I touched was the stables, so I just need to remove things. So yes, centaurs come out of our stables with centaurs 1 experience coming out of there. On the missiles, it won't appear because it's camels. So all the camels aren't appearing here because we can't train them until we have camel things. So maybe we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Now, seeing as we... I'm going to get myself another unit here. Seeing as we are headed into potential conflict in that northern section with the likes of the Gauls, what I probably should be doing is getting some kind of defense in that part of the world. Warriors Hold needs to be what we focus on. And in terms of a temple here, Cordoba's quite a decent town. Massive growth rate, it's going to grow very quickly. Should be quite chill in terms of the culture. So Tutatis, experience bonus is a +2 with the light weapons. I don't know if we want that over Epona, to be honest, at all. Missile weapons, as I said, is situational. This is about public order or about training things. So I think we're just going to go for Epona in general, and I think that's probably what we'll do here. We very soon, we do need to buy boats next turn, in a couple of turns, and the question is, are we going to have money for it? We are gaining money, which is unusual, to be honest, at the start of the game. Used to the money completely collapsing. So you, sir, I'm going to say come here. In spite of that, I'm going to build a watchtower. And actually, to be honest, I'm going to say come over here because we're going to go towards Parma next. So what I think I will do... I shouldn't have built the watchtower now because I want some peasants. We'll just leave... We'll take these guys with us. Let's see how happy you can be if I just turn down that tax rate. Yeah, Cordoba's not the happiest of places on this game. So we'll just do that for the time being. It's fine. But yeah, we are going to need to sort out a few other things. How many rams do we have, by the way? We'll just get a load of them. A shit ton would be the technical term, of course. So, Control C to collect cavalry units, I for infantry, M for missiles, A all units. Indeed, I do generally do that. Iberico Jamon, indeed. And the thing is, whilst they are not black pigs right now, when we set them on fire, they will turn into black pigs, which it means that they are canon as, yes, Iberico ham. The best ham. I'm sorry, Parma ham, but the Italian ham is not as good as the Iberian ham. It's just facts. I'm sorry. Sorry to any Italians in there, but living out here in Spain, I certainly think that is the case. I heard the sound of someone leaving the town. I didn't see anything, so I'm hoping it's all fine. Control B for artillery, I believe. Bombard. Is that in civilization, though? Control B for bombard, or is that also here? Because the artillery one I tend to forget, and you may well be right, but I'm not actually completely sure on that one. So we will see. You down here. Do I have money next turn? Yes. You know what? I would say it's not quite the spot for a new tower anyway. So we'll keep moving. We'll just get the boats to come round and meet them in time. Diplomats with you. Probably should have got the spy with you as well, actually. But it is that. It's been a while. She's happy Father's Day to you, good sir. Thank you, JC3962. Yes, there's some people that I... do see quite regularly on these live streams. Lovely to see people here. 37 of you right now. Lovely, lovely stuff. And I'm just going to go check, actually, in terms of the donations, because yeah, they appeared up on the screen very, very short there. So I'm just going to open up the page on my phone here just so I can see if there are any names mentioned, because I would like to give you a shout out, but it disappeared very suddenly. Okay, Jimothy in the chat, thank you very much for those who took care of Dad so well. Indeed, thank you very much. David Sims, lots of love, horse. Oh yes. David Sims, who you might know from the channel Music. David Sims is a marvellous musician. You should follow him on Instagram, David Sims Music. But David Sims is the guy who created the channel Music that you hear at the end cards at the end of most of the videos here on the channel. He's also on a Pokemon series from 7 years ago, way back at the start of the channel. So if you want to watch a Pokemon series and hear David, you can. So thank you for that, David. And also to Kwani, £50. Thank you very much indeed. Very much appreciated all of those donations. And that puts us up to 29.5%. So a lovely start here. So thank you for your generosity. Okay, we just got to take out some peasants. No big deal. Let's just swing on in and we'll smash them. We'll probably smash them with the general, not the cavalash. You can just be there to mop up, maybe gain some experience. That would be absolutely lovely. So yes, whilst we're doing this kind of fairly non-event of a battle, we are going to... Yeah, I might as well just mention again what our charity is. So our charity is Haven's Hospice. It's not done through YouTube, by the way, because YouTube is specifically set to like American charities. I guess it's to do with, like donation money situation stuff, and it becomes more complicated with registered charities in other countries. Hopefully something they'll roll out in future across other countries, but for now it's only US charities, which in future I might well go towards. But as I say, on this occasion being Father's Day, I have chosen charity that looked after... Oh, they're slinging at us. How incredibly rude. We'll put us onto auto throw, please. But yes, I thought I'd pick one that was kind of meaningful to me, as Haven Hospices did look after my father in his last days of his life 5 years ago. When he passed away. It's actually pretty close. I think it was last week, about last week actually, would be the 5-year anniversary. So it is a long old time actually. Feels like a long time. So yes, that is the charity I've picked. Obviously they look after many people towards the end of their life. They are a charity, but they certainly do give you a really high quality sort of end to your life. It's a bit of a strange sentence to say, but it's a high quality end to your life, and they do very much look after the family as well, which I think was the biggest difference between, say, in a hospital as well, was just how much they looked after us. Little things like for his last heartbeats, that they had little sort of crochet hearts. They sort of placed on his chest, and it's like his last heartbeats, beat it into those little crochet hearts. And so each of the 6 of us, this was sort of COVID time, so sort of 2021 May June time. So there we are. Nice, dealt with those peasants, or the slingers, sorry. So yeah, we were actually only allowed a few people into the hospice. So actually his sister, for example, wasn't able to see him in his last days. Luckily, even though I live in Spain, I was able to make it. And yeah, so they gave the 6 of us who were able to enter the hospice like a little heart which was there for his last beat. So just little things like that, turning up on the funeral day as well to sort of wave us off to the funeral. So yeah, very worthy cause. So thank you for those of you who have donated so far. It's really appreciated. And Warring675 has donated £3. Thank you for the stream. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I do have the super chat set up here. And I'm, as I say, we do have the donations, not through YouTube today, as I mentioned, just because YouTube is for US-based charities, so we can't do it there, hence it's for a Just Giving link. In case you're wondering, I know some people have issues with Just Giving, sort of, taking cuts and things. Obviously, they do need to run as a website. They are a little bit, they do kind of shove an extra chunk on for them when you donate, so you do need to check the amount if you don't want to give extra to them. Because they do kind of just take their own cuts kind of slightly. I picked them mainly because the charity themselves suggested if you want to fundraise to work through them, I assume that's who they've worked with in the past. So that would be why. Unfortunately, we've lost the spy here, which is not ideal. We might just siege this out a little bit. Not really too pleased about that, but we shall see. So yes, hence we do it that way. So thank you very, very much. Artillery is great for certain faction matchups, sieges as Parthia, or fighting phalanx heavy armies. Fire at will is W. Good on you, Thomas. Thank you very much. You live in Spain. I do indeed live in Spain, south of Spain. I am a primary school teacher. Day-to-day kind of work. Moved out here to international schools and all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's very much the kind of situation that brought me here. I'm going to save up. Just oversave that one. And I'm just pondering Numantia because, yeah, we lost the spy. I'm actually going to lift it for a moment. I'm going to send the spy back in and just see if we get the ram. Maybe we can get the gate on the next turn. So we'll just end that. 1200 possibly should have waited. Oh, the Julie have turned up sooner than I anticipated. Okay, we are indeed going to lose Oscar. Fine. We'll go deal with that one in time. But this points out, yeah, what are we on? Turn 4? And the Julie are already here. How did they even get here in this time? Why would they even come here in this time? Welcome to the game, and Army of Declare War with Salute Kids as well. So this is one of the rare occasions where on this channel where I'm actually going to lose a city. Which I don't generally do, but on this occasion, Spain, it can definitely happen. Okay, boat. Build the boat. Very good. Now, apart from boat, what do I want to do? You can get war dogs. Okay, get me 2 boats. I'm just going to say we'll just stack those 2 up right now. Carthaginian Nova, we want to bring you over here. And I'm going to build this watchtower. It's not necessarily perfect, but at least it gives me a bit of view over the sea. And I'm just going to keep this lad by the city for now. We do need to kind of work out how we're going to make this work for us, though, because we need this army to take care of Numantia and then just to hold Oscar. Okay, we can't let them have this long term because they're just going to start punching into us. And the question is, do I want the elephants here to deal with these guys, or do I want elephants down here? Because I could capture elephants. So I'm kind of tempted to send them over here in that direction. Okay, these guys can do that. We need to go deal with Numantia right now. Cordoba is back under our control, which is lovely. But yeah, we do need to get moving, I would say. So, Ostolica, you're fine. Galabas, public order is okay. Over here, Cordoba, we can whack up the right here. They're growing quickly. They're going to grow next turn. We'll get them retrained. But yes, we just need to head into Numantia. Perfect. We've got ourselves 3 rams and the gate is open. That was exactly what I wanted to happen. So isn't that just absolutely sodding marvellous? So in we go then. Let's assault. This one might hurt us a little bit. The general over here, I can see a donation here. Dacia Alfinado. £10. Thank you very, very much indeed. I've never actually set up all these things before. It's quite quick actually. I might set it up so that we next time so that we have things set up as well. Okay, Essex and Essex on Sea. Yes, I was teaching previously down in down towards like Southend on Seaway, so I do know that area quite well, and I am quite often there as well. I go a little bit back and forth between England and Spain, so yeah, sometimes you would have heard me mention talking about being in Essex, Southend. Jimify talks about the missile cav and pepper them. Are we talking about Slayers potentially? By the way, I saw your YouTube short and literally made war elephants into Lord of the Rings. Mama kills like she's. Okay, yes, we do have the cheat oliphants in this, it should be said. They exist. I think I put them on huge cities, so we're not going to see them today, I wouldn't think. But yes, I did just shove them sneakily in the background. Most of my shorts do generally have like most of my videos in general have like little details like that you might just notice. I'm just going to use the dogs, by the way, as a kind of bulldozer to some extent, just to kind of help break things a little bit at the front gate here. We don't have... Oh, yeah, Thomas, you have rams. We don't have infantry to push the rams because it doesn't let my units push them. That's a really good point, and we're going to lose now, aren't we? Okay. We definitely need the dogs now. I forgot about that. Yes, these guys are going to have their dogs prioritised over, say, the ram. They don't get to have both. Didn't think that one through. No, I playtested some custom battles, not so much the main campaign. Fine. We do need to bring peasants along for the ram pushing. That might be why I picked them in the first place. But still, we'll make it work for us. We could push into some side gates. I'm going to say we do have things like camel. So we're going to use a mixture of the dogs, I would say, to help morale at the front gate. The thing is, I think we're going to need a bit of flanking as well. So where's the next gate? There's a gate back here. There's a gate over there. Now, this is not part of our battlefield angle. So, oh, for Pete's sake, all the way around here. Apparently we only have one of the gates on our side of the battlefield. Is that true? Is there seriously no more around here? There are no more. Okay, they have themselves an ideally designed town here where we can't get to the cocking place. Fine. I'm going to say, let's get... I'm going to say the generals might need to bulldoze their way through the front, but maybe we'll need the centaurs for that as well. We have camel lads, and I'm going to say bring one of these along just to mop up when we go around the rear. So... Okay, pigs are virtually worthless in this battle, if I'm honest. They are literally just extra manpower, sort of. So we'll have to see how this goes. Right, this could be interesting. My tea is quite cold. Turns out when you don't drink the tea for 50 minutes in the live stream, then it does indeed get cold. Nick Fanatic on horse in the thumbnail. Did you mod that in? Indeed, we will be using some slightly demented units. We are centaurs, sort of. Ignore the feet. Okay, we can't get an angle where you can't see the feet. I added it out of the thumbnail picture, but yes, the feet are indeed there. So, our plan is to smash through the front, which means Warband, Warhounds, Barbarian Cav. Right, you hit them, you hit them. And realistically, I kind of want to shoot down those dogs. Luckily, we have the Javelin with the Bull Warrior Cav, so that's fine. As for these guys, yeah, they have put someone at this gate here. So I'm going to tell them to get a jog on. They are camels. They'll be a little bit slow. But it's fine and dandy, thank you very much. Also, I can see from Lazy Hoplite there, thanks for the great content, greetings from Sweden. Oh, it's nice to see where people come from. Some Swedish krona, excellent. I was recently in Sweden to have a lovely time out in Visby in Gotland, and also had a nice trip in Stockholm. I was in Stockholm for the marathon, actually, for what was possibly the hottest day Stockholm has ever known. It was absolutely glorious weather. I assume Stockholm is always 25 degrees and having a party with the marathon and whatnot. Lovely, lovely time. Do enjoy Sweden. Have been out to Malmö and Gothenburg in recent years as well. So yeah, very much a place I enjoy going. I think it's because I live in Spain these days, so I very much enjoy having, yes, I very much enjoy having somewhere a bit cooler to go at certain times of year. So I am just sending in the centaurs for a moment to see if I get a break. I did get the break. Excellent stuff. Get the lasses. No, the lasses are nowhere near it. Okay, let's see what we can do. Mop them up best we can. Centaurs keep on going forward. Get the bull cavalry to run in here as well. Get the camel lasses. Come on, camel lass. Do your filthy work. And these guys might have actually distracted them quite well. I think they might have, you know. So they've got themselves some units over here, just like one war band. I don't mind leaving these guys in this position and just it being a big distraction. To be honest, that might work out well. So I'm kind of happy with that, to be honest with you. Right, as for these units, yeah. Barbarian Cavalry have actually come back into battle, which is convenient. So bring yourselves forward. Try and smash them the best you can. They are still running back towards the plaza, which is a little bit strange, but it's kind of okay. Right. Luckily, we have split them up here with the gate opening, which has been very, very convenient. Get my two bull cav to just throw on into them. It looks like we managed to mop them up in general. Okay, that means that we can get you over here. We can get the camelasses, the armoured camelass over there. That's good. Now, you dogs don't seem to all be... No, you're literally the last unit That should be doing that. Get out of there, lasses. You can punch, but we need the cleaver lasses, don't we? The ones with the massive cleavers. Right, you get yourselves out of here. Screeching women will have to come next time. For now, we need not worry. They've given up this gateway. They have indeed, which is absolutely marvellous. We can just run our cavalry into there. Now, are you shooting in at anyone yet? Not just yet. Get you over there. You can handle yourselves. Not really a hand-to-hand kind of a unit, but it's kind of struggling with the... Oh, okay, yes. We're definitely having issues with... yeah, the pathfinding is being a little bit difficult. Oh, these, by the way, we haven't really seen these yet. These are our... yes, our good old camelasses, who are beautiful, beautiful archers on camelback. We're going to be glorious, as you can probably imagine. Centaurs, smash into them. Bull cavalry, likewise. I'm going to say, if we can get all of these up here, that would be ideal. Ah, they do seem to have got these guys in the way. These are the camels again. Okay, that's the light horse who have sort of snuck past. That's the general. Don't get on top of him. This general's in trouble, actually. Get yourself out of there, sir. Get yourself out of there. We do want the javelins on. You're supposed to be throwing the javelins all this time. I didn't notice they weren't throwing, so that certainly didn't help. Right, let's just get everyone into position. Thank you very much. Centaurs are getting themselves somewhat ripped up here. They really shouldn't be. They're now running away. Good. Good, 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 good. Skirmishers over there are actually throwing in at him because I'm not paying attention. And you are now being charged by them. I think we should be able to pick them off. And you can possibly go and help. There's a tree in the way. There's a unit there, but I can't click on them. I think that warband should be gone soon enough. General is potentially in trouble here. We should get these to help out. You to come help out. You to come help out. And the general is on 34. You are on 6. Down he goes. Okay, good. The bull warriors doing their work just about. What do you want, by the way? We want you to be... any missiles to be dealing with that unit. The rest of us are just in a massive swarm, and I have no cocking clue what's actually happening. So let's just do what we can. You just hold them off, okay? Right. Camel lads are a bit basic, to be honest, but they are lads on camel, just basically on kind of the ancient version of a crusade, I'd like to think, really. Just a load of peasants standing around on camels. So that is pretty good, all things considered. What we need to do then is line up a charge. We kind of lost our main charging lad, actually. You are still fighting someone on this plaza? Oh, there's a warband there. Okay. Someone should be fighting them. You shouldn't be. That's not your job. We do need these guys to get around here. I feel like things are a little bit slow at times here. We just get all units to put... right, okay, good. There's victory. And I guess we'll just end it there. You know what? We'll find. We'll plough into them a little bit. Plough, 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 plough. Mop them up best you can, everyone. Good. Interesting. Oh dear. So yes, live in Nottinghamshire. What I didn't live about being Spain. I slightly misunderstood you there, sir. Pill's Special Spain Experience. Pill's Special Spain Experience. Yes, indeed. This is a rather unique Spain experience, but it's working out so far. Okay, so that'll be Effin Hill areas. Do it. I'm certainly love to do it myself. Just don't know anything about modding. We'll do our best to do some more silly modding for the next part. Okay. Do we want to occupy or enslave? You know what? It's a large town. I'm going to say enslave. We'll send them round, and at the very least, we got Thomas Cordoba was the last one you wanted to make grow, because nothing else has a general in it. Okay, it's fine. We've got one that's a bit bigger. That's kind of the point. Fine. Oscar's in trouble, obviously, as we know. That's going to die. Famous warrior. My headphones have gone a bit wonky. So I'm hoping that it fixes without kicking me out of the game, which it does sometimes when I try and deal with that. Okay, 380 Warriors Hold needs to be built there now. That's fine. Main thing is, though, we have ourselves boats next turn. Very nice indeed. By the way, who have they brought along? Enough. I think you'd say it's enough to beat peasants and basically peasant lasses on horseback. Or in horseback. Is that worse? It kind of sounds worse, to be honest. Okay. I believe that should be end turn. Although Numantia, worth having a quick look what we've got. It is a decent sized town, to be fair. It's got some stuff. Meeting hall is kind of pointless to me, but it is what it is. So, okay. The Hamon. Now, do we have any Hamon in this army? Because actually, it's down here we're going to need it. Yeah. Send the Hamon down here, as well as some dogs. Okay, it's going to take a few turns for the boats to arrive. You go down there. Indeed. I think I need one of you. I'll send the faction leader, because he's going to die soon. I want this guy to help me out in the other town. Get us some peasants, build peasants, and retrain. You know, I'd rather retrain the centaur, to be honest, because they're just actually a useful unit, potentially. Fine. And diplomat, you move over there. Right. That's fine. We're going to send people up towards Oscar to save that momentarily. 1.5. Absolutely excellent. So, in we go. And faction leader dies. Excellent work. Brilliant. I didn't even manage to pass on the retinue. It was too soon. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, you move yourself down here. We do need this general, to be honest, to come with us. Here are pigs in this part of the world. I would like more pigs in this part of the world. In fact, I'd also like some peasants. I could just train the pigs here, Thomas. I don't know why I was going out my way to send pigs. It's fine. I only need them where they're going to be. Okay, that will do. That will do. I only need them somewhere where there's going to be elephants, of course. So I'm going to say you come around here. The boat will pick them up anyway, but it's going to take a while. I forgot how in Spain how long it takes just to get your boat to get around to invade people. Come on, I want to invade you now. Oh well, right, all the Romans at war with us. That's not really an ideal start to the game, but it is just the reality as it goes. The only way is Essex on sea. Thank you very much. So, Berserker Cavalry, going to go Berserk. Oh, we could have Berserker. I did look at the Berserkers, actually, it must be said, when I was considering what units. But I just kind of kept it fairly straightforward to Spain. I kind of wanted them to feel like animals. I guess that makes sense, to be fair. So, there's more Gaul lads. So, that's not ideal either. You can sneak through there. Okay, that's fine. You guys will join together. We'll deal with the Gauls first. We'll mop them up, and then we can go from there. You get into the town. Get us some pigs. Now, yeah, we'll just keep sending them around. In terms of our money, I need to be careful here, but I do need some units. Centaurs. Oh, good. This town is better. Just get some units out, because I think we're going to be needing them, actually. So you don't need the pigs anymore. We will train the dogs. They take 2 turns. Kind of wish I just changed that, to be honest. But it's fine. We need to train those puppers good. So we will. I think it's probably time to get a port here. And just keep an eye on the happiness in these places, because I don't want it to go wrong. I would say let's get ourselves let's just get a couple of peasants in Cordoba, because that is the most likely one to go wrong. Okay, in the turn. Julii, yep, they're going to come on in. Right, we will give it a go. We will lose horrendously, but it's well worth trying. So, they have Archer, they have Triarii, and they have Hissati Astarte. They only have 1 round, though. Interesting. Now, this isn't Medieval 2. Medieval 2, we could totally cock around with that and cause some problems, but not on this occasion. So, I can see we're on 35.5%. I'm not sure if there was a new donation I missed. I'm just going to, yes, refresh that page. I may have missed something there. Oh yes, I have indeed. Dacia Aficionado was £10. I did see that one just about. Lovely. And Mr. Bungus, £50. Well, thank you very, very much, sir. Recently found your channel and enjoying it immensely. Great cause. All the best to you, mate. Thank you so, so much. And yes, if you're in the UK, you do make sure to click the gift aid as well, because that's just basically avoiding the tax, as it's a charity situation. So if you're a UK taxpayer, then you can click that. I would very much suggest that you do if you can. Right, as for this, we're not going to burn it down with level 1 towers, unfortunately. What I could do, though, is a little bit of shenaniganry. So we're going to just try shenanigans just because we might as well. So I'm going to say just run out. They do have some archers. We probably couldn't even beat these archers if we tried. But I'm just going to say, are we just even in position to interrupt the ram? I don't even know that we can interrupt this ram. It's not even in range, is it? I mean, if it's in range and getting shot by towers, I don't mind trying to interfere. But what I don't want... Yes, thank you. Let all the cavalry out. Yeah, what I don't want is for them to not even be able to shoot it, which is kind of the current situation. Oh, they're charging the Hastatiates. Right, punch the archers. Punch the archers. Punch the archers. Get out of there. I gave them okay morale because, you know, they're dedicated to the cause, but they do have terrible stats. So we'll just see if we can pull these archers into the tower. Yeah, into tower range. At the very least, we can deal with the archers. That would be really nice. They're still charging us. Are the rest of them following? No. I'm just going to say now you're in good range to be shot by that tower. Come back in for a good punch in the back. Ooh, lovely. Are we going to manage to win that? I don't know that we will. I'm quite intrigued to see what their stats are compared to ours. 4 and 3. We actually should win that. 5, 6 with 4. So we really should. Obviously, they do have the numbers, but it's fine. Hastatia reload him. That's fine. They'll just throw into... Oh, dear. They just throw into the back of their own men, potentially. Oh, no. She's routing... No, why is she? I mean he, because I suspect the general almost certainly is a male. I'm not actually sure about that. I don't see why. Oh, there he is. There he is, as ever. The general has to be male. I actually could have picked a female soldier to be that particular thing. They're now shooting into the back of their own men. So this kind of works. But yeah, they are just hacking down these women, which proves that these men are absolute scum. So there we go. Poor horsewomen are being defeated. It's just the way that it goes. Oh, there we are. We get to run back inside. They haven't killed the man, though, you might have noticed. Sexist pigs. Actually, no, we like pigs. So there we are. They killed him now that we accused them of that kind of nonsense. Okay, absolutely marvellous. So isn't that just grand? We're going to lose. But we always knew that we were going to lose. It's just the way it goes. So back in they come then. I think we did something. 14% killed. You know what? That's possibly as good as we can do. Yes. So there we are. Peasants on camels, naked Celts on horses. What's going on here? Well, it's kind of beast battle, to be honest, more than animal only. I felt it'd be a bit weird just having dogs and dogs, pigs and elephants. I kind of wanted, you know, the horses and camels, but them not to feel like just we were riding horses and camels. So there we are. What I should have done is give us doom peasants, but I didn't do that. So we are just going to have to suffer what we must here. So we'll put us on guard. You know what? Don't even worry about guard. Let's just see how we do. So we killed some of them. That is the best. It is just the way it goes. How do you get stats up? Just on export Deska unit. Oh god, they're sending Triarii against us. That's just rude. We've got 3 times the pointy stick ends than you, though, sirs. Triarii must fall. 76. They've actually lost some. How embarrassing. Utter fools. These are especially veterans, and they're dying to our pathetic peasants. Okay, charge in, my good lass. Anytime. Anytime. Go for it. Instant death for her. Oh dear. Why are they T-posing? I've purposely made the units on top of the models. I purposely picked standing units so that they kind of look more like a centaur kind of a thing. So I'm aware that they're not sitting on the unit. I didn't want them to be mounting them. I wanted them to kind of be a weird cursed beast of some sort. So there we are. But we are going to lose this, obviously, as you might well expect. But yeah, so yeah, we have modded the stats, obviously, to some extent, just to kind of, like, for example, the centaurs have like the naked fanatic stats basically, except on horseback. So that's just that kind of situation right there. Lovely stuff. And settlement occupied. Oscar, yeah, as expected. Now, what I don't want is forever war with the Gauls. I suspect I'm going to have it, but we shall see. I do have units coming, though, to reclaim my settlement, so we'll see what they can manage. The boat is on its way round. We'll head over to Parma. You, my good sir, just keep on having a nice stroll around the coast. Go have a nice weekend in Carthaginian. To be lovely. So we have war with everyone, basically. Seleucids being murdered as always. Carthage also at war with all the Romans. That's not surprising either. But yeah, we need to. Okay, Carthaginian never has a port as well. Now we can just get a boat here. It's fine. It's fine. We will, you know. We just needed a boat. So we could actually get the boat there technically, like 1 turn quicker if we did it that way, but it's not a problem. It is what it is at this point. So yes, we are actually getting money in, which is the one thing I'm pretty pleased about on this. So we'll just kind of line up another centaur. I think they are kind of important units for us. I'm going to send the centaurs, because I do want to make sure we've got as many of them on this campaign as possible. Cavalas, we can get them out of any town. I'm just going to send them off as well. We just kind of want this whole entire peninsula, just nothing here. Okay, let's just get it defended, and we defend through attack. Oscar being Oscared all the time, it's going to be smashed endlessly, as isn't it? Pretty cool idea for the challenge. How about modding and play as the Amazons? Imagine that. But I have never really done sort of making a whole faction. Partly because a lot of the artwork stuff, like the banners and all that stuff, I'm not particularly au fait with. And, I mean, to be fair, all of this is just me mucking around and learning stuff by myself. I'm not actually very good with computers at all. I just fiddle with these game files a lot, and that's, you know, just where my autism took me, I guess. So I've learned how to mod a lot of these things, but it's all very much self-taught nonsense. I don't really understand coding per se. Luckily, all of these old games are very much just basic, notepad files, so they're quite straightforward in that regard. But yes, the Amazonian chariots are a bit weird because, as far as I can tell, I can't manage to get them to be recruitable. Even if I wanted them to be, they only spawn. I'm not quite sure what's weird about them. It's really something really obvious, but if anyone knows, do let me know. But they don't basically seem to turn up, even if you do kind of put them on a certain building. So a bit of a shame that. I think basically at end turn time, it's quite a lot of quick turns here. It's very strange. It's just time to literally move around. It just takes ages to get around this place. Okay, you get on our boat. You generals do pick up weird traits and be on the boat, so you know I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to say, you know what, we're going to meet up instead over here. I guess that's like Valencia, Alicante. Let's just say that's Alicante, and we'll bring our forces in this direction. Now this is a bit overkill for Parma, of course, but we're not just going for Parma. We're doing a bit more than just that. So I'm going to say, what do I want? I'm going to get one more of you, just to kind of keep an eye on things. Faction announcements. We have ourselves a new guy, Ambon. Very nice. Untruthful, filthy-minded, social drinker. Great. Probably not my friend, but you know what? You're someone's friend. That's fine. We'll get a port over in Cordoba. I really should, I think, now go for the mines. And I'm going to go in Osturica first, because I think it's the safest place. If someone invades that, I'd be staggered, because it takes forever to get there. Probably shouldn't have even bothered building a road out of it, but I did, so I have to deal with it. I'm going to get one more peasant there, and I would say Gaul, we need to come and take you on. Now the question is, are they going to have a Doom Mountain? They certainly shouldn't, but maybe on this side they will. If they do, that's a slight issue. What do they have, by the way? Oh, it's just a bunch of warband. That'll be fine. Let's swing on in and take them down. Have I played Europa Barbarorum? I haven't really. That top one to see a capital. You're right, I should move that. I actually play very little in terms of like, well, basically non-total war things. I play a huge amount of that. So yeah, I mean, sometimes in terms of mods, there's been a few mods people have asked about recently. I don't play many mods because I usually do my own mods. Just other things like Paradox, for example. I do play a little bit of like CK3, for example. I generally find, I do tend to find that I find them a little bit too complicated and hard to get into. It's my general feeling with that kind of thing. There was recently a free weekend of playing Victoria 3. I love conceptually the idea of playing that game, but I couldn't. I had no idea what I was doing. I just couldn't figure it out. And if I had more time, I would have learnt it, I guess. But I only knew it was free to play on the Sunday, so I just didn't have time to figure it out. So yes, I would love to, but sadly. Yeah, some of the games I find a bit too complex. I actually quite like the fact that these early Total Wars are actually quite straightforward. I kind of put us up here, by the way, because I thought maybe they'll start up here. I don't want to be starting down the hill from them, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. If you want to, by the way, create your own units, there is a guide on the channel for creating your own units. These are a little bit slapdash and quick, as you might have guessed, somewhat purposely so. I haven't changed any of the models for these at all. I haven't created new models at all. And I don't even mean like artistically, I just mean like putting different combinations of units. I've literally just stuck current game infantry units on top of horses. That's all I've done. So nothing special is going on with these units at all, but I do have a mod of like how you can actually create your own. I have some Amazonian foot infantry, which I have a video on how for you to make. There's a fantastic old guide for that, actually, because I was making them for my female-only campaign on Barbarian Invasion. I wanted to kind of create some of my own units. And when I was trying to find any kind of information about it, basically, just to kind of give me something else to kind of work with, check my workings, basically, I found that there was a really good post on making exactly that unit. I mean, I changed mine slightly, but yeah, really fantastic. So there's a great old blog article on that as well, if you're interested. And okay, let's set the dogs over here. I'm going to get the camels to keep on working. Are they just going to withdraw? I don't really like what they're currently doing. I'm just going to get myself moving. I think they're just moving back with the elephants. But yeah, you can create your own units. It's surprisingly simple. It really should be said. Once you know kind of vaguely what it is you've got to do. It really is simple indeed. And what I want to do is a massive sideswipe of this infantry, by the way, as you can probably guess from my positioning here. I really just want to smash through all of these guys. So as we do that, I'm just going to tell me what to do. We've got camel lads. The camel lads aren't really too useful unless I can... The camel lads. Right, we've got dogs kind of pinning them. You, sir, can throw your javelins once you're in range. I'm going to say start doing it. You, Ellie, get yourself in there. And I'm going to say centaurs, come and just help us out. Oh, they broke. This is the problem with the elephants. They are prone to a bit of breaking because they shouldn't be doing it by themselves. And we just lost a huge pile of elephants for no reason there. That was not good enough. Okay. Glass cannon situations happening as ever here. So let's just see. General is going to hold off for the moment. I'm just going to send everyone into there. And I'm going to send all of you into there. The elephants might come back. They might not be completely dead. But I don't like how that just went. You need to keep them a little bit more supported than that, even if you are going to sideswipe. They didn't pick up the speed we needed for that situation, really, which is kind of the main issue. So yeah, that wasn't a very good example of what we should be doing right now. We're going to lose too many. Those guys are gone as well. Yeah, a lack of infantry is occasionally going to cause us some problems, I think, isn't it? Yes, we are a bit light, for sure. So, camel lads. I think at this point, lads, yeah, the generals, unfortunately, the dogs are chasing them down. I'm going to send the cavallasses after them, just to hopefully take care of them, and then the dogs can deal with the rest. Elephants are running amok, which is fine. It is what it is. So, warhounds, get out of there. You don't need to die. They always look after their dogs and get themselves killed. We actually didn't lose any of them there, so that's kind of lucky. But yeah, none of this is particularly ideal. Too busy talking. Oh no, it's almost as if that's something that you do when you're doing a live stream. Okay, you get yourselves over there. We've managed to mop them up, which means the dogs have now found a new target. Oh, excellent. That was the entire point. So, get these girls to shoot them down. Dogs are heading in here. I'm going to send them to kind of stroll in that direction. I think this should break them, though. Yes, indeed. That has broken them. Good stuff, indeed. Right, I think they might be going for those elephants, but I'm not entirely sure. You get yourself up the hill. A beautiful, beautiful archer camel ass. I do like the archer camel ass. Very good indeed. Yeah, so I'm quite happy to muck around with more units going forward. Certainly Screeching Women could be good fun. Maybe we need a chariot of some kind. Probably shouldn't engage these guys from that hill position. Don't want to kill my elephants. I'm hoping that they're okay, but they might be. Like infantry of dog and pig handlers indeed. Unfortunately, doesn't really set us up. I'm trying to think what else we could do in terms of infantry other than just the peasants. I think we might just have to accept the peasants, to be honest. It might just be the way that it has to go. You, my good lasses, you just mop them up. That is your job. You just make sure they go down. The dogs may or may not be chasing after them, not really sure. And where are you? You need to be getting in position to shoot them down. Thank you very much. Right, not an ideal battle, this one, by any means, but I think it's okay. So, right, glad you're doing good. I recently found your channel. Glad you found it. Love the Saluka campaign. We need more clariots. Good old chariot. Yes, Dead Scythe 1098. The classic, yes, the classic Many a True Nerd reference there. Indeed, we do need some good old clariots. Maybe we can bring some into this. Where? Okay, I think the models were, the sprites were being left behind there, which is quite funny. It's kind of annoying that they are so close, because I would like to not get hit by my own things at the end here. So we'll just keep an eye on them. Hopefully we'll mop up all of these ghouls. But yes, I hope some of the elephants come back, because that's not ideal to have lost those. I wanted them... Elephants break pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, they do break quick. They are just kind of like a long shield cavalry in a way, just with a bit of a morale debuff situation. So a little bit too isolated there, unfortunately. We'll send them in with another unit next time. But still a very good victory. It's just hopefully not too costly with the elephants. Casualties healed 6. Okay, we got some back. That's good. Very good indeed. Okay, well done, Thomas. Donation level is increasing nicely, says David Sims 780. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, David. David has mentioned David of the channel Music. Did give you a shout out earlier, David. David Sims Music. Do look him up. Available for many a gig around the country. I think he was playing in a Queen tribute yesterday down in Essex. So lovely stuff. These guys took a little knock. We killed half the archer unit. It's okay. We can't get to Oscar right now, but we can get to that bridge. So I'm going to say, get to the bridge, get these guys to come join, and Oscar will have to go next turn. I'm going to send these centaurs just on a permanent run in that direction, which is absolutely marvellous. Anyway, King minus 7177 BC. That's not a good time to be alive. Would you play a new 2D Total War like OG Medieval, but it's more realistic scale, bigger armies, settlements, good polished soundtrack? I think it could be super fun. I don't see why not. I joined playing Total War at Rome Total War, which is why I never really play Medieval or Shogun on the channel. Essentially, yeah, it's down to the fact that I just didn't play them at the time. It can be hard to go back to them. I would like to go back to them and play them at some point, but I have no issue playing them as a 2D. It's just this is the game that I was bought for Christmas one year, many years ago when I was like 13 or something. So, yes, that's why I ended up playing this, but I don't have any objection to playing any of the other ones. So there we are. Watch some of your Rebels campaign. Which one? There are so many. The Rebels are kind of like the classic content of this channel. That there are a couple other Rebels campaigns, but yeah, certainly the DLC ones. I don't really think I've seen people cover. Even to this day, actually, people haven't really covered that. So still fairly unique kind of corner of YouTube in that regard. Okay, you my good sirs. onto L boats. Now, we can't quite make it this turn, so I'm just going to leave them off the boat. Now, I actually don't want to be hiring up mercenaries to look after towns. That's just kind of not in the spirit of what I'm doing. We will be able to go to Parma next turn at long last. We can actually make it somewhere. Okay, agents, do you have the spies? The spy already in here? I think it was. He is still in there. Right, the ram has opened the gates. That's of interest to me. So, would we want to head in? Well, we actually need the gates open no matter what because we have no infantry, do we? So, yes, we might as well just head in right now and take it back. So that's what we're going to do. As for Numantia, we are going to, once again, I would like another peasant here, but I'm just going to get the centaurs. They are kind of our solid ramming cav. Again, not much defence, but they're going to have to do, damn it. So that will be fine. Okay, elephants spread pretty quickly indeed. Hello, Tennessee. How are you? I'm good, thank you. It's been a bit of a mad few weeks. It must be said. I'd actually been away for a few weeks. Had a lovely time, but yeah, 3 weeks away from making stuff on the channel, which meant I had to make a lot before I left. Hence a few Wednesdays I haven't got a video out recently, but yeah, we should be getting back to the normal schedule now, which will be lovely. What you lose with more infantry, with no infantry, not with the gates open. With the gates open, I won't auto lose without the infantry. But yes, as a general rule, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So we will need to use the peasants, which suggests we really need to be getting going early in this campaign, doesn't it? Because peasants are not going to be able to take walls. So yes, we might need a solution to that. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Maybe naked fanatics as horseless centaur. I'm not sure. Maybe the Amazonian infantry. Maybe we can bring back the Amazonian infantry for this as kind of honorary beasts of sorts. Maybe berserkers. Maybe that's all we have is berserkers to take the walls. You know what? I can go for that. The great bears and wolves of the forest can take them. Absolutely marvellous. Okay, let's go and take Oscar back then. So, as we know, they got Triorii, 2 Hastati, and 1 archer that's a bit damaged. We'll do the same thing as last time. Head around the side gate and give them a good flacking. Very nice. Okay. Righty-ho. It must be said, it's kind of warm today. I don't know if the aircon's particularly audible. I've got a classic thing of I've come back home, turned on the aircon for the summer, and it's malfunctioning. So it's a little bit warmer than it's supposed to be. It's not quite as cold as it should be, but it's blowing okay. So we're all right for the time being. But yes, I might have to turn the actual fan on if it gets too hot in here, which might be more audible than the actual air conditioning. Just to give you the heads up on that. But yeah, we'll start getting to roasting season. Now this looks a bit funky size, to be honest, a Shrine to Jupiter. Also, have you built this since I've been here? Built a Shrine to Jupiter. Very nice of you, but I'm going to have to smash it. Right, our plan. Same plan as before, basically, which is dogs and missiles at the front gate. We do have elephants this time, actually, so that's a good point. Pre-stone wall, we do have elephants. Elephants can help crack a second hole in the wall here, which could be helpful to us. As for the rest of this, they're a bit battered. So I would say mainly... okay, I'm going to send these 3 around the next gate. Once again, we're at the wrong angle. This one's okay. Fine, get yourselves over here. And they can kind of give us some extra support, but the camels are less useful because there's no cavalry on this occasion. So these 3 are a bit battered. We kind of can't do much with them apart from maybe do a bit of mopping up. So what I might do is just put them over here, and we'll just get them in the side gate to mop up anything that routes. Elephants, or elephants, sorry. You get going. You get heading into these guys. Dogs, you can get moving as well. We can get our javelins, although the only thing is they've got javelins as well. Actually, good point. Good point. They need to be... Right, they're thinking about the elephants. But I'm not sure they're going to get too tempted. We have picked an elephant, but the rest of us are standing a bit too near the missiles, to be honest. Dogs have run into the wall. Marvellous. These guys are getting shot and getting dogged, which actually is a fairly good use of a verb on this occasion. They are indeed getting dogged. So, you bring yourselves up here. You bring yourselves in pretty speedy. You bring yourselves in pretty speedy. And elephants, are you opening it up? You are indeed. Can you potentially just get your javelins into position for a little throw? Missiles are still coming in to take on these guys. I think they're okay at... I think we're actually okay. I'm going to send the generals in. I'm going to take the missiles off. I'm going to send the archer camel ass into the city. There we go. We've got ourselves a little break there. We don't actually need... You know what, oh, we've already damaged the wall. You know what? We'll finish damaging the wall. You don't need to die to Triarii. No, certainly not. You just get yourselves back there, out of the way. We'll keep them distracted as we move other people into position. Now, we're quite lucky we're getting these elephants back, by the way. This could have gone very wrong. Now, elephants knocked down the wall. We do have dogs moving towards the centre. I'm going to say that it's a good idea to just get everyone moving forward whilst we have the dogs in this position. There are units over there. Oh, yes, let's try and hit those archers. They're in a stupid position. So go and hit them, deal with them, fine. They'll be gone. Who's at the front? The Cavalas. Of course it's the Cavalas. Alright, fine, they can finish the job that they started last time. That's fine by me. The other two units, bring yourselves over here. I think we'll just bring ourselves into position. Okay, very hard, very hard. Western Roman campaign is a grand act losing. I tell you what, I find that one, it's one of those weird campaigns which really just like any sort of disaster campaign, sort of the original disaster campaign, I suppose. The thing with that one is almost like you just got to survive. You just kind of got to work through the first few turns, and once you do that, it's kind of okay because obviously you've got yourself a very good empire, and you can just go around smashing things. By the way, lads, what are you doing? What is this pathfinding? You bring up... Yeah, you're just getting javelin by Hastati. Why are you doing that? Right, you do... No. I think they might be doing impetuous barbarian things. So just getting themselves killed, which I don't really appreciate. Where are... Yeah, we're throwing a few javelins into those guys. The camels are doing their job. Where are our elephants? They're on their way. But I need these Triarii to be dealt with. I'm going to say you shoot at them. And you, my good sir, yeah, you're down there now. So, bring yourselves up here, Mr. Centaurs. Camels on to hold. General round the side. Elephants have arrived, and I hopefully think that will be good. A few javelins into the flank. Oh, yes, we should have just got on top of those Hastati, but we didn't quite do that in time. Get the Centaurs down the hill. Sorry for the awkward camera thing here. The hill is not too fond of this. Ooh, downhill charge into the rear of Triarii. I'd like to think that would be enough. Doesn't quite look like it, but it's fine. I think we'll be okay. You guys just need to take the plaza now. Unless the elephant down the hill, I think... Is that what I want to do? This guy's getting a little bit weak against Triarii, so I'm going to tell him to get out of there. You, just give us a charge. That's all I want. Just a little charge, you, my good sir, in good health. And I would say just go and finish them off. So, Cavalas coming on in come the elephants as well. She'll do the job. There we go. Great work by our peasant lasses. And I think that is the city back under our control. Good work. Okay, have you ever tried an agents-only campaign for Rome 1? You know when I saw Strategos doing that the other day, I didn't get to catch it properly, but I did have a little look-see at that. It does look interesting. I've always kind of had that in my brain as something that could be fun to do. I'm just going to end this one, by the way. Captain Cassius has been defeated. Yeah, it could be good fun. It kind of depends on the rule set that you pick for it, I suppose. There's a few sort of little things you've got to work out, I guess. We're going to occupy back under our control. Bit of merging. That's fine. At this point, I'm going to say get some peasants, repair the wall we just demolished for no good reason. And what I'd really like, actually, I'm going to get low tax rate because I want this to grow right now. And I want us to, get ourselves set up with the next level of wall. Because at the very least, the next level of wall, we can do some damage to them. So that is the plan there. I think we probably just want to end the turn. But it's always worth just checking if I want to spend this money. Do I want trader? Could get a pawn 2 here. You know, I'm going to save up for the mines. We got 1 mines coming in. We've got quite a lot of mines here in Spain, obviously, so I think we'll do that. Let's send our turn. Oscar does the spy. I should actually be sending that out. There's a rebel general. You know what, sir? I'm going to call you my friend. I'm going to say you're a buffer. As far as I'm concerned, I don't mind if we lose out a little bit of... Yeah, I don't mind if we lose out in a little bit of, what do you call it, like some trade and things. What I need is for you to interrupt anyone who attacks us. Right, having said I want growth, land clearance is ideal. Next up, Spanish boats. We learned how to boat, damn it, and here are our friends. Now, it's one of those islands that's small enough where you could just block every tile. Kind of treat it like you might on, say, like Civ 5, where you just try and stop every single, you know, like... Ooh, he's not actually in range to flee onto that boat. That's good. Yeah, where you kind of block every possible XCOM kind of landing spot. Excellent stuff. Germany and Thrace allies, Seleucids and Pontics are allies. Wow, an ally for the Seleucids. Amazing. Carthaginian, excellent stuff. End of term reports. A bit of money. Our money's good. Our money's very good. I'm pleased about this. Ostorica has its mines. That's great news. They're all the same here, so Scalabus doesn't have mines, does it? No. Cordoba does. Do I want Cordoba to be growing in other ways, though, because it's important? It's a long way, though, from other things. You know, I'm just going to say build the mines there. Oscar has his wooden palisade, which is lovely. We'll just do some building. I'm going to say this is the safer way for you to go. I'm going to say we'll get 1 more, but once it's grown, then it's fine. So you do that and get 1 more just so I can send it out when I need it. Okay, how very, very silly all this looks. Okay, really can't get cities by bribing them. That's got to be way too expensive. You can do the bribing as well in terms of agents. That's true. I guess you will have money if you're not got all the units around all the time. I've been playing too much Medieval 2, so I'm expecting like England to invade down here. We probably will get the Bretons invade down here because that's just my luck. It is what it is, I suppose. Right, Cordoba. We have that. We have Scalabis. Okay. I think it's time just to head into battle here. So I'm going to save up. 9-0. And I'm going to say we just attack... Actually, is this town got no wall? No, it does have a wall. I couldn't quite see that. Let's attack these guys out in the field, mop them up, and then head into this lad here. He's a useless assessor. Indeed, he didn't assess how many random animals we brought to this battle. So let's head on in. Excellent. So, that is just marvellous. Whew. I'm going to, since we're setting ourselves up, I thought we might as well enjoy a quick speech. I'm just going to post the donation into the chat for you there. Just a reminder then of what we're donating for today is Havens Hospices, who, as a hospice you might imagine, are a charity, but they look after people in their last days. So basically when people have got a terminal illness of some sort. And yeah, my personal experience was my father... 2020. Well, to give you more of the full story, I suppose. 2020, I moved out to Spain during the summer of COVID. Should be said, I got a job right like when COVID happened. Lovely boats in the background, by the way. Just as COVID happened, and so in the summer when things kind of loosened up a little bit, I was able to move to Spain, which was lovely. start my teaching career over there. But yeah, in the September, the autumn, my father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, stage 4. Pancreatic cancer, if you don't know, is one of those ones that's virtually you have no hope. It's sort of too deep, really, too deep in to ever really get kind of spotted early enough. So yeah, unfortunately, if you pick up pancreatic cancer, you don't normally have much of a chance. So it was kind of a situation my dad was in as well. So I'm just going to pause here and just grab my camel. So yeah, I was living abroad, and yes, obviously found out that my dad had. Well, it wasn't told as completely terminal, but yes, it was never too likely that he was going to make it. My best friend is a doctor, and she was very much telling me that don't get your hopes up too much. So yes, obviously that did mean that through the year of my dad being unwell, I was living abroad at Christmas. Between COVID and Brexit, I wasn't able to come home to England to see my dad for Christmas. So sadly I missed that. But when it came to the time that he went into the hospice and he was particularly unwell at the end, it was clear that it was basically the end. You know what? I was quite lucky in many ways. I really need to get out of the way of these slings, by the way. Quickly, lads. I was quite lucky because at the time it was like 10 days in terms of COVID to isolate yourselves. And there was a kind of a rule in England that if like you had, if you had a close family member who was sort of on their last legs, you were kind of allowed to visit them in the hospice if you had their permission, if the hospice were happy with it, for example. So we're just going to downhill charge these guys and hope that kind of works. We've seen that work before against Iberian infantry, but not so much against these town militia, but it really should be fine with town militia, you'd think. Let's send the generals in now. Centaurs, I told you to pull out, you fools. Right. So that's lovely. But yeah, it meant that I was able to come to England. But I obviously had to do a COVID test. I had to sort of, basically I went to my boss at 2 o'clock when I got a message from my brother and just had to kind of say, I'm flying to England tonight. Sorry, it's midweek in school, but I need to go. So I managed to get a flight for the next morning. Got my COVID test that evening, went out to see my dad, and thankfully I did manage to see him before he passed away. And in part thanks to the amazing work they did there at the hospice. So a big thank you to them. They really took care of us as well as, especially the dogs. That was the whole plan. Too busy telling the story. Well, it's a worthwhile story, so it's fine. But yes, I'm going to bring my camels into play for the general here, but also the dogs need to be in play too. Fine. So yes, thankfully, because of their good care and whatnot, and them allowing me to, despite the COVID restrictions, come on in to see my dad one last time. I managed to see him, which is absolutely lovely. They look after people very well. A good friend of mine recently had her dad pass away. They were also with Havens Hospices. Her 15-year-old daughter's actually been doing quite a lot of good charity raising for them recently as well. So yes, as I can say, both myself and other people have seen the good work this charity have done for people in the local area. They do have a child's version as well, but this is specifically I was with the adults one. So we'll just see if we can mop up these last ones. But yes, that is the charity here, Havens Hospice. Obviously it's Father's Day today in the UK at least, and so it is a fitting day in many respects for this. We'll see if we'll probably will continue this next week. I'm having quite good fun with this currently. Clearly won the battle, victory and glory. Lovely stuff. And there we go. So yes, obviously this time of year it's pretty close to when he passed away too. So his funeral would be 50th anniversary in about a week or two's time. So yes, it's all very much close at this time of year, around the time of his birthday, which is when I set up the page. And when I first sort of mentioned this, maybe on the podcast and things like that. And yes, as I say, Father's Day today, and it'll be the anniversary of his funeral in 5th year of his funeral in a few weeks' time. So hence the charity live streams are right now. If you do want to give, I have put the link there in the description. So feel free, if you would like to join any of the generous donors, then there is a link for you. So thank you for those of you who have done so far. I'm going to have some peasants over here in the town. Wearing 675 says you move for work. Yeah, basically, teaching in England is basically like being punched in the face constantly. So in some cases it is literally. I mean, you know, most primary school teachers in particular probably have been assaulted at work. Don't know about secondary. So yeah, no. Basically, I thought maybe we'll have a better life balance. Different problems in the schools in Spain, I would say. I mostly do private tutoring stuff these days. I am kind of a like autism specialist as well, so I kind of work in that kind of field. So yeah, less in the classroom every day these days. But I did move here for work. I still work out here, and yeah, I do think it's definitely a better quality of life, although you don't get paid as much out here in Spain, it should be said, but it is a better quality of life. So in that regard, you don't save up as much money, but you do live your life better in the short term, I would say. And I think it's definitely good for the soul to kind of move abroad and experience that. And I did meet my partner out here. Are you a bouncer? I mean, as a primary school teacher, it depends where you teach. Sometimes you are a bouncer. Break up plenty of fights down the years, particularly if you ever teach in Coventry. Don't teach in Coventry is my suggestion to you. Anyway, you're a very strong, kind-hearted person, so giving lots of love and support to you. So, well, thank you very, very much. Ajit Kala G8B. Not quite sure how to pronounce that, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. So there we are, Palmer, a bit on the small side, plus 4%, 1600 currently, so that's doing quite well, so I'm happy enough. Making a victory sip there. Happy enough with that. Spain is a slow campaign, it must be said. We've going an hour and 50 minutes almost, and we've got Numantia, Cordoba and Palmer. We have taken back Oscar, of course. So an interesting one, to say the least. I'm going to say, I am going to get a watchtower over here. It's not quite the furthest point, I know, but I just kind of want a quick run. I want a warning before the Julii turn up. I have a feeling Palmer's really awkward to get a watchtower down. I have a feeling we can't. I don't think they actually left you a spot you can do it on this island. Because I don't think you can put them one next to the city, or indeed one next to any of these resources. They could have just plant more resources under the town, because you can put resources under the town. I think Rome has gold underneath it. But yeah, you can't actually put a tower down on this Carthaginian island, which is annoying. Now I think we're going to need more boats, because Carthage do have boats, and of course, even though they're at war with Rome, they're obviously going to put all their effort into dealing with us, I would imagine, just because sod's law. So we'll have to deal with that. Ostorica, you are still happy, Scalabis is still happy, and Cordoba itself, we'll put you onto a normal tax rate. Okay, excellent. So the plan from here is potentially straight to Carthage, actually. That is kind of my plan. Now, we do have a spy in this part of the world. So actually, we should get the spy in this direction. What we should also do is make sure we can train more spies. So, Carthaginova traders, anyone ready for market? You're ready for market. You know what? I'm going to change over to that then, because I think we do need to make sure. I do like information, so I think that is possibly for the best. I'll get a trader here so that we're more prepped for that in the future, but I wouldn't mind getting more mines up. But our economy's doing okay, so we need not worry too much. Now, in terms of diplomat, Carthage, I wouldn't mind peace with the Gauls, to be honest. I don't know that they'll accept the suggestion, but I will go and speak to them. So we'll head over in that direction and see how we are doing. Excellent. So in the turn there, very nice indeed. Yeah, they are going to attack us. So, oh, we won! Both battles are such a roll of the dice. Honestly, complete nonsense they are. Right, I'm going to say get yourself here, and we'll just try and stick them again. And now we lose, even though we got an extra boat. How does that make sense, anyone? I don't know, but that's just how boats go. So yeah, you're just going to pump out some boats. Oscar gets its reinforcements. Now, overall, I possibly want... it's not the worst place, not the best place for a tower. It will do. Help me see around this corner here. So we'll take that for the time being. As for Numantia, what do we want there? Port. We really do want to get diplomats up to go chat with people, though. we are at that stage where we just need to make sure we have things, yeah, underway, I would say, because we've really lacked some of that at the start here. Now, what are you? Carthaginian, you followed me around. That's the Gauls. So let's have a chat with them. Ceasefire. How do you feel about that? They are not interested at all. How about trade rights? And you know what? I will offer you a tiny bit of money. How miserable are you, sir? Bandying empty words is pointless. Okay, well, I think we're in forever war. That's fine. That's just where we're at with them. We're going to go chat with their enemies instead, if we can ever make it up to the likes of Britannia and to Germania. We're the largest faction. Oh, that's embarrassing for you all, isn't it? Okay, the diplomat says path blocked a couple of times, no worries. Money's looking good. Fine. So, for the time being, the likes of these guys down here, diplomat boat. Let's get that sorted out. You need another boat. I'm going to send them to retrain when I can. None of them sunk yet, but they might do if they attack me again. I need these guys moving, but I need the boats. So, do we want to send... You know, I'm going to get the boat first, and I'll send the... I'll see if we win that or if we need reinforcements. Just the way that one is going to go. And you... Do I want you to go a bit further to the border? I think I do, actually. Really just stick your neck out and see what's going on. Okay, they have more men potentially coming round. Fine by me, we'll deal with that one in time. Low tax rate, la 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 da da. Nothing too much to concern about there. You taught in Coventry. I did for a short time. I did my teacher training at Warwick. So at Warwick you have a weird thing of... Warwick's in a weird bit of the country where it's like Leamington Spa, Warwick... Kenilworth. There's some really beautiful, like, you know, spa, like Leamington Spa. It's a spa town. It's gorgeous. But then you go like 8 miles up the road and you're in Coventry, and it's just... I'm sorry if there's anyone from Coventry here. It's just so battered. I mean, it was bombed in World War II and it was rebuilt terribly, and it's just not great. And I did, you know, you're in some schools which are like, you know, some really nice areas around like Leamington and Warwick and all of that and Kenilworth, and then you go around the corner and you're dealing with all sorts of stuff in Coventry, such as, you know, being assaulted by kids, which really isn't for me, to be honest with you. So not interested in that. But went my first time to Coventry recently, went around the cathedral. Yes, indeed, the cathedral is bombed out, but it is still there. It's still well worth going to have a look at, and it's an interesting place just in terms of, as I say, that sense of, you know, somewhere that actually I'm going to send this guy around here. We don't need to keep everyone over here forever. You can look after the town. Yeah, just as I say, it's the equivalent of town's gone from my mind now, in Germany, which I can't remember what town it was bombed out now, but anyway, basically I can't remember which way around it was, but Coventry was bombed to the ground. Apparently it used to be like York, it used to be beautiful, but it was bombed out by the Germans, and the Brits bombed out German city. It's a kind of retribution for each other. So there we go. I have a significant number of total war British players working abroad, although I can recall a couple of people only. It's quite surprising to note. Interesting. We're going to go see Warwick Castle. Warwick Castle is excellent. One of the sort of big... It's one of those castles that really helps you imagine what it was like in a way. Like, it's a massive castle. You can kind of see like the moats, the grounds approaching it with a hill and all of that. Excellent castle. I would definitely recommend that. Worth going to Kenilworth Castle up the road as well. More of a Civil War kind of thing, but definitely worth it, I would say. An interesting one. More of a ruin, of course, if you know about it. But yeah, I do quite like that one as well. I'm going to get some dogs potentially over for Oscar, because I do quite... can't get them just yet until we grow there. So that is fine. I'm just going to re-heal these boats, make sure we're safe, and then we're going to send everyone over to Carthage, basically. I just need enough to be safe. I'm sure the Romans have pulled out 7,000 boats out of their arse and they're going to sink me for no reason, but that's the plan. These boats should be safe now. Bring them over there. I'm going to bring everyone apart from the peasants, to be honest. I don't think we need anyone on this island. Well, that's fine. Just bring them over here. I'm pretty certain Sardinia would have been lost already. I don't know if I want it. Dacia and Gaul are allies. I don't like you now, Dacia. You scum. Stop allying with my enemy. Numantia has a port. Good news. Now, I will get the market there. I'm a little bit concerned at the possibility of Gaul coming around the north. So if anyone ever sees them come around the north, do let me know. Rebels have fled. That's not the point, guys. You're supposed to, like, battle them. But, you know, maybe we can get an alliance with the rebels in time. Sometimes the game does silly things like that for me. Oh, yes, I'm supposed to bring the spy along. So Mr. Spy can get on the boat, as can you. You're a bit vulnerable, but you're okay. We'll send you behind. Well, I say you'll catch up. I don't think they will catch up. That's not how that works. But we will get some proper trade rights with the Numidians, who I don't plan to attack yet. Yet being the operative word there. So, Scalabis, you can get yourself a trader as well. I do like having money. Money's good. I like money. Okay, so at this point, you're getting dogs. If I go over, do I want anything here? I'm going to say, get some cavaliers, get some dogs. In fact, I'm going to say get a boat first. Let's just get a little bit more in the boat front, just to make sure I am doing okay there. But I'm going to say that we're pretty good to get moving on. Okay. My working theory on why your Total War YouTubers are working abroad is, I'm just going to use my situation, which is that myself, I'm autistic, and that's not surprising with the kind of thing that the channel does. I wouldn't be surprised if any of the other British Total War YouTubers were also autistic, and potentially there's quite a common thread with autistic people that because they never feel like they fit in anywhere is that they often find themselves living abroad, because when you're abroad you're kind of treated like you're weird because you're foreign, rather than you're weird because you're treated as weird within your own people, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to say, by the way, get the... Oh, do we want the blacksmith here? I'm going to say get that just for the spy, but I'm tempted by the blacksmith in time. I will get the mines now. The money's looking very good indeed, it should be said. I mean, Spain is so good for money once you get there, but we are going to have to just hold Oscar forever, should be said. What do we want? What do we want? I don't know if the market's going to gain us that much here, is it? Yeah, I think extra 30 or so. I mean, I don't really mind. I'm just going to get the communal farming, at least it's growth as well. So that'll be marvellous. So yeah, there is quite a common thing with like autistic people, whether they know they're autistic or not, whether they're diagnosed or not. Yeah, basically trying to find where they fit in because they don't fit in their own country, and moving abroad, because at least it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. When you don't fit in a foreign country. So that's my theory, working theory on that. Not completely baseless, pretty baseless. So that's my suggestion. I was going to go and see Warwick Castle. Yes, indeed. You have to do that thing next to it, gift shop organ. Gift shop. I'm not sure what that is referring to. Oh, Trias Britannia. Very nice. I'm going to offer you trade rights. And I'm going to offer you... Do I want an alliance with them? I don't know about that. I'm going to offer map information. I'm going to ask for $2,000 because $2,500 because I have money, but maybe they won't be interested. Wisdom shared is wisdom gained. You know what? We'll call it even, and I think that's fine. Let's do that. Now, as for these guys, how are they? So we were with Gaul. Let's go to Gaul. They are enemies of us. They're allies with Germania. Now, Britannia are at war with them, so actually we probably should be friends with these guys. So I'm going to see if they're up for it. Are they up for it? Not be a good thing. They'll never change their mind, basically. They're here forever. Fine. Let's go to Germania and see if they want to be friends. Do you teach history, right? I don't. My brother did ancient history at university like me, but he is a history teacher. Or classics and Latin, kind of the ancient history stuff. I'm not. I'm a primary school, so I kind of teach everything. It does include history, but kind of weirdly and somewhat annoyingly, I've never really got the chance to teach much ancient history, really, because for whatever reason, other people seem to have always stolen Roman or Greek history in terms of the syllabus, and I've not been able to do it, which is kind of ridiculous when it's literally my degree and it's my speciality. But sometimes teachers have been there before you and basically just locked down the things that they do every year and won't budge, so I'm left with what I'm left with. So a bit of a shame. There is a bit in the curriculum which is about earlier civilizations, so kind of early, so kind of, you know, that kind of more Bronze Age, I suppose. A little bit of like Indus Valley, early China, things like that. Also things, you know, like Babylonia and Syria, all that kind of stuff. So there is a bit of that. So I have taught some of that stuff, but very rarely get to do Rome or Greeks unless I get to wangle my way to put it in the curriculum. By the way, I'm ignoring them for the time being. I probably could sally out. If they take too long, I will sally out, but I'm not too concerned about that for the time being. I'm just gonna. Right, they have a yeah, Carthage have a watchtower, which means that they've probably seen me. That's fine. I'm gonna say I will get my men off the boat just in case there's an issue, but I have landed. I am here. Excellent. So I'm pleased about this situation. I'm just sending troops down here just to help alleviate that siege situation, or sorry, that rebel situation, because I don't like them in the way. Damn it, they can be dealt with. I'm going to get some new units just sent out, just in anticipation of losing some to Gaul, because I'm certain we are about to lose some to Gaul. It's really nice, like, actually seeing barbarian lands that kind of grow so quickly, because yeah, Spain is actually half decent for growth rate and that kind of thing. Okay, so we have now landed in Carthaginian territory and leaving Numantia alone, other than some trade. So let's go and chat with these guys. So trade rights. We will whack that up to 1,000 monies. Give me 1,000 monies. They're not happy with that. I think they really should be giving me some money, but I'm happy to make it a cursory, you know, nod. Okay, you know what, lads? Let's start this over. Trade map. Let's not worry about money. I have money, you don't. They haven't even got inept. They are indeed inept. Haha. This guy might as well just stay here, I would say, and just hang out. You blockade the pass, go hang out in Gibraltar, God save the king, etc. That was interesting, actually. Gibraltar, they celebrate the king's birthday, so it's a holiday. That's not a holiday in the UK. So go to your local MP, lads, and start complaining, because in Gibraltar they respect the king, damn it, and they get a day off work. Maybe it's the Spain rubbing off on them, because there are an awful lot more holidays in Spain, and you know, stereotypes exist for a reason, because there really are quite a lot. I actually lose track of half the holidays here. As I'm more self-employed now, it doesn't matter so much, but certainly I used to just miss the holidays out here, because there are quite a lot. Now, as you are having quite a lot of units, get a boner. Really, that can be taken out of context. Build the shrine to Epona, as opposed to Abona, which is a slight mispronunciation, it should be said. Yes, I think we are mostly in a good position here. But yes, they do have a holiday for the King's birthday in Gibraltar, which sadly we do not get in England. So that is a bit sad. Anything else? Could see both. Hello there, Pyrrhus the Great. I just read your story in the fan page, very touching. I like the picture of the British father with British beer. That indeed is my father with a London pride. He was teetotal for quite a while. It was about 8 years. I think that was his first pint after 8 years of going teetotal. So there we go. Yes, he liked to drink. He liked his London pride, so one that he would enjoy. So that was his first drink after many years. And I think David Sims there in the chat did message me earlier today to say that he had a pint of London pride in honour of my father yesterday, which is very nice of him. So lovely stuff. Thank you for that, Pyrrhus. And yes, one of the patron members, a big thank you to you. Admit I had to look it up, but I guess it was Dresden. Dresden, that got bombed. Yes, indeed, it was Dresden. I knew I'd know it the second I heard it. My brain just went blank. General's been born in Oscar, which is currently under siege. They've built more rams. I think they should head in next turn, but it's on 3 turns, so I will have to do it myself very, very soon. The generals are... Okay, we got 2 in there. And otherwise, we're a bit lost, aren't we? Okay, you get yourself here. Bring you here, and you can just deal with Captain Unai. Good old Unai. Oh, good. This is like the Papal States now turning up. We've already got, you know, Milan and Sicily turn up. Now the Papal States have come to take us over too. This is going to be Oscar for the whole campaign. Okay, Court of the Burr has grown. We can get a High King's Hall. And yeah, that's fine. That's just that one growing. What was the other one? Numantia Shrine to Epona, which I definitely pronounced well. You know what? I'm going to say let's get the experience rather than the blacksmith, but it is nice that I can keep on building in all my towns. Retrain my peasants. Ah, okay, you're the guy we just adopted. So, sharp lad. All right, we'll leave you... I don't want to leave you there. I don't want to leave you there. Beautiful as it is up in this part of the world, I would very much recommend going up to the north part of Spain, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful place, and not horrifically hot in the summer. Something like if you go like Santander, which is obviously more on the coast, but yeah, Santander is shockingly cooler than the rest of Spain for the year, so I'd recommend that. This is good, but also up in Asturias you can get some nice ciders, which is one of my tipples of choice. I would recommend that. We are 1919 now, which is good news. Goodly news, one might say. And, oh, this guy, I forgot that we had a unit here. I was just thinking they'll send in the spy. Okay, oh, this has got elephants. Do we have pigs? We do have pigs. Okay, good. Good news. All right, there's a general. There's Hasdrubal himself with more elephants. They have been training elephants, which is bad news, but it's also good news because, well, we have elephants. We can train elephants once we take over the territory, damn it. Yes, camel and elephant. So, that is good. I'm going to get them on the boat and just join them up. You wow, they want to do this fight. They have 2 elephants in this army. Oh dear. But we have the pigs, damn it. We have the pigs. Oh, we're going to send them back in. This is glorious. Okay, in we go. Let's take these lads down. Utter fools. Right, it's all cav apart from a couple infantry. It's all cav apart from the non-cav, of course. Dogs and pigs, that will do the job. Oh, it's good to have a proper battle with dogs and pigs. Looking forward to that. Okay. Yes, Dresden got bombed. Indeed, a very insightful observation. Gemma Foley, when my schools were removing classes, so we're teaching history next year. Yes, well, teach the classics. Damn it! I think it's I think it's a really. I think Class Civ is really good. It's a great mixture of like got a bit of like art and archaeology in there. You have like with the art history stuff when you look at like pottery and all of that. You have stuff like the literacy in terms of like the Iliad, the Odyssey. Things like the Sophocles, Euripides plays, the Aristophanes. You know, it's a good... Obviously, just have some more general straight history stuff. It's a really good mixed subject. In terms of skills, I think, you know, ancient history, classical civilization is actually a fantastic subject. But, yep, sadly... so it's only really done in... mostly only done in private schools these days. And the other ones you don't suffer for it because you don't necessarily get good results when you go up against the sort of most expensive and you know, high result schools in the country. So unfortunately people like to drop things like ancient history and classics, even though I think particularly ancient history is a very small subject. That is one that is, you know, the ancient version of history, but classical civilization is a really varied subject that I do generally think is a big loss because when schools drop it, because yeah, as I say, just a great variety of skills. You know, mine was a mixture of things of like we did the Odyssey and like, you know, which one did we do? Hippolytus, the classic Hippolytus play. I always enjoy a good bit of like Euripides and Sophocles and whatnot. So you do a bit of like kind of English literature style thing, but you got to understand a lot of historical context as well for that to make any sense. Yeah, I think there's an awful lot of good going on there. There's obviously just the straight history part. Right, I think we are just turning this way just to kind of get the slight hill situation in our favour. Obviously, we want the dogs. What I might need is the centaurs to just smash into these guys and make sure my pigs have an entry point to this. Now, I need my camels. They've not only got a lot of their cavalry on that side. where are my camel? Oh, we see the armoured camel ass today, don't we? Oh, camels, sorry. Right, I'm going to say, you guys, get yourself, out there to those two guys. Here are the armoured camels, by the way. We haven't really got to see at this point. Very nice, very shiny. They're just pathing camels, of course, but they're beautiful. I'm going to say, what else do we want? We only have one of those Amazon, archer camels, unfortunately. So we can't do much with them. I'm going to bring these. We've got a lot of the cavallasses who are not great at the front on battle. You guys are charging at the town militia. Dogs need to just kind of get involved. I don't want the dogs to be... I'm going to send dogs into infantry because that will keep them in the battle just a little bit longer. But what I need is these pigs to have a position to do something here. Pigs need to be activated. So they're having a bit of a shuffle. And if they want to have a shuffle, I don't mind. These guys, no, don't worry about that. You just pull back. Dogs have been released. Camel lads are on their way. And the Iberico Jamon are into battle, which is not a phrase I was expecting to say on this channel particularly, but I think it is indeed what we're saying. So, get all of these around that flank. These two guys, I'm going to say I do actually want you coming back across the battlefield now, but I need to be a little bit careful about that situation. Camels hopefully will just do the job. I'm really hoping the camels can do the job. Those are the Numidian mercenaries. They might get caught, they might not. Send the warhounds forward. Pigs are on fire. Pigs are on fire officially now. I got to activate them. I was a bit worried we might not do that, but they just auto-route these guys pretty much. So we just need them to get involved. These cavalry really didn't want to hit those elephants, and they've caught them, which is a bit of a shame, but they're now running amok, which basically means we need to get the cock out the way. Okay. You guys chase them down the hill. You guys are... Yeah, okay. Bring them over here. I would say we're fine, because we got them triggered. What we need is for them to go down. That is the general dead. The elephants also attack each other, by the way, which works in our favour too. We can javelin if we need to. The AI will never do... will never throw its dagger at its own elephants. Worth bearing that in mind as well. That's the Iberico Jamon. That's my two lads running away. This is the war dogs. They haven't released their dogs, have they? Oh no, that's just because the dogs aren't dead. I need my dogs just to get the cock out of this. The dogs' handlers don't get mopped up because that mops up the dogs as well. So yeah, that's the problem that we've got right there, is they're chasing them down. I don't want my dogs to die. Dogs are being killed, unfortunately. Now the elephants are mostly cleared out their own units, which is good news, but we might need to finish them off. So I'm going to say, General, you throw javelins in. You need to throw into the Libyan spearmen. Do keep your distance. Oh, you don't have skirmish mode. That's interesting. Get out of there, sir. No, don't get any closer. We need those elephants to go down. Elephants need to be gone. Right, I'm guessing these guys won eventually. They're now broken as well. Mop them up too. We just need to kill these elephants without getting our own lads caught too much. Don't run into him, don't run into him, don't run into him. And I would say my cavallasses, the cavallasses, you might be good candidates for this because you can punch the elephants to death, which would be funny in a, in a Rome Total War city battle context. And B, no, don't you get involved, sir. And B, they're kind of the least valuable thing that can definitely chase them down. So let's just hope they can do it. Can you do it, please? No, they're kind of getting massacred here, but they can hopefully punch the elephant. There we go, punched him. He's gone. And General, that's an elephant. Leave him the cock alone. Any more missiles? No more missiles and no more pigs. Oh no, we do. Yeah, the pigs are safely hidden in the trees. I think we just lost a couple other guys. Fine, chase him down. Some punch the elephant, please. It's a bit like Newcastle where they punch horses, but here we're punching elephants instead. We're trying. We are failing miserably, but that's their job. We really don't want any of them getting away here. So, anytime. It's all very silly. Why were they animated with this animation? They're literally supposed to walk around the city. It's weird because I've never got these units to actually work before. They usually have a bit of a problem, like actually working as an infantry unit. But when I plonked them as a model on top, it's been okay. So that's interesting. Oh my day, they're just being wrecked. Absolutely ridiculous. But the job was done eventually. Okay. Woohoo! Right. Where were we saying anyway? Next to Coventry Cathedral, there's a building that has a gift shop and an organ. Right, that was a gift shop and organ thing. Gibraltar is ours, indeed. Oh dear. Yes, one of the jobs I'm working at the moment, up in the mountains, you can see Gibraltar in the distance. It's a beautiful scene. Gotta sing hope and glory every day. Do we drink to nurse team? Not really. Not much of a drinker at all, to be honest. I enjoy a nice shandy while I'm out here, a lemon beer. I don't really like beer at all, but I do like a lemon beer. So I do have the shandies, but I'm just going to merge, even though that's the Cavalas has been used up a little bit. Do I have enough to finish off Carthage? I might. The elephant's potentially difficult, but we might be okay. I probably do need some more units coming this way, so I think these are going to have to join up, which suggests to me that Cordoba... Okay, yeah, I'm going to send this boat. I'm going to say, Scalabus, you train me a new boat. And you can just finish training that. That works for me. Okay, Oscar needs to hold out. Yeah, okay, they are indeed sending units through here. I need to be wary about that. So train me a new centaur. You, sir, are heading through. You just need to be careful about that. I will get a warhound there. So I got one in the town. Warhounds can do a good bit of work for routing enemies, particularly for defending a town. I really do quite like them as a morale kicker, which is quite good fun. Okay, so we have ourselves Carthaginova, getting ourselves some more units. You can't do anything right now. You're just building that, you're building that, you're building and growing, you're all doing stuff and things, which is lovely. Palmer can't for another turn. I could actually just let go of those peasants, but it's fine. We'll leave it. I think it's about to grow. Anyway, so indeed we'll just end our turn. We've got lots of money. Let's have trade rights with the Germanian peoples. We'll trade map information just to see what's going on. And they want us to give them money. I'm not really interested in giving you money. I'll offer that again. No, not interested, sir. That's fine. Visit Gibraltar before Gibraltar visits you. Interesting. The rebels are attacking us in the field. Captain Unai Emery is taking us down. I'm going to withdraw, which is a mild embarrassment, but only a mild one. No worries about that. We shan't worry. Yes, I quite like Gibraltar. It's a weird place, it should be said. A strange kind of Spanish backdrop, but still a very English-looking town. Like if you walk down like the high street, and you'd call it the high street there, like it looks like an English high street, but it obviously the weather, the food, everything is well, the food's a bit of a weird mix actually. You can get your good churros and your good Spanish foods, but there's a mixture of the English stuff as well. Interesting place, Gibraltar. Does mean if I want some British food I can drive down there. And I think they're just removing the border actually. They've just knocked down the border at Gibraltar because Gibraltar's entering the Schengen zone. So rather than it be a weird confusing Brexit confusion hole as it's been for a while, basically meaning, yeah, the border was weird there. They were just basically telling people they couldn't cross the border on a whim, not because it was a policy, just because the guard that day was in a bad mood and decided no one could cross. So he would just not let people cross sometimes, which, you know, was mildly annoying. And it's fine for me. I'm a British citizen and a Spanish resident. I can cross when I want, but it was a bit annoying for the Gibraltarian residents. So yes, for some people that was causing problems. So good to see that that has all been sorted out. It's now going to be part of Schengen. And that means they've knocked down the border there. By the way, I'm a bit concerned that Oscar hasn't actually been attacked. This is the last turn that I don't sally forth because I'm losing good unit. Now, mild concern that they've built up a really big force there. I'm gonna say, Mr. Spy, can you help us out here? Because I wouldn't mind. Oh, okay. No. I don't think we've got enough to do this. I'm not sure we have enough. Now, what we could have done was use another unit to blockade him. So, which we didn't do. So I'm going to say, bring my boats here. And we have a boat to retreat to if we have to. But I'm a bit concerned about that one. Bit concerned because the reinforcements are now dealing with rebels. We seem to be getting the knockback situation now. A few issues, I would say. We do have the money, though, so I would say let's just get units pumped out. I possibly should be more aggressive with units before now. But I'm happy enough with the current situation. We'll be able to deal with these Gauls. The only thing is, obviously, this unit has intercepted me, which is quite irritating. But it is just the way that it goes. So that is just that. Right, down here you're about to finish growing, so we'll let you do that. Blacksmith over here would be nice. Actually, again, do I want that or do I just want the experience? I just want the experience, to be honest. I just want the experience. So Palmer, oh, it's 14 people short from growing. That's so annoying. I really should have planned out this attack better. We could have just a big old doom battle, which could be fine, but we'll see. No, they didn't come for us. But the Gauls have, so this could be fascinating. Oh dear. So, let's see. They have a pretty terrible force. And a pretty terrible force. Okay, they're just spamming units, so they're not going to be very well developed. They're just using all of their effort here. You know what? I'm now just putting extra 1s and 9s on the end of everything. Yeah, I'm just... okay, they're just sending all of their men into battle against us. They will not be growing their cities. Okay. The quote was, it doesn't cater to the community. Basically, they want it locked behind private schools again. Probably that. And I think if you're non-private schools teaching classics and things, you are fighting against... Your results are always, to some extent, relative to the other students. And if you're fighting against... You know, quite often, be it for better or worse, often the private schools are getting better grades. So if that's the case, then you are kind of fighting against the kind of a lot of the top 10% of students in the country, which just means that you are going to get worse results, especially if you are, you know, not a super funded private school with the advantages they have with smaller classes and all of that kind of situation. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but there we are. Yes, just mumbled some heartwarming information talking about classics and playing Rome. A lot of YouTubers aren't that well versed in classics or history. Well, I mean, my background is ancient history, so and I'm a teacher as well, so I have knowledge in that regard. I'm going to say, by the way, this entrance, I'm just going to put the elephants, and just hope that they can do a lot by themselves. Not by themselves entirely, because I'm going to leave. I might actually leave the general with them. Actually, but I don't want the elephants breaking inside my city. What I probably do is pummel through them as they arrive, but I probably need something else here as well. I might just get the peasants here, and maybe I'll use this second general, not the main one. But yeah, that's my plan over there. As for this way, it's going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? So they have... You know what, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send most of my cavalry out of the city. We'll leave the elephants, but I think the rest of them, I'm just going to plonk them all straight here, apart from these guys, these lasses, which I did put on this hill purposely, Thomas. So yeah, you have a little bit of a hill. There we go, a little bit of a hill to help you out. And the dogs are also a case of blocking up the entrance once they kind of crack on in a little bit. So I'd say that's what we do. But we are going to send a lot of these out. I'm going to say maybe then we keep like one set of peasants here. I don't know that these girls can actually defend themselves. Oh, they have the bows, but I don't think they actually have a physical weapon. So that could be interesting. Might need to keep them out of the fight. So over here, yes, I think this will be fine, to be honest. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. It's a bit of an awkward one because they've got the double entryway here. So we've got the javelins. I think this will be okay on this side, but it's not necessarily ideal. Okay. So yeah, there's what were we saying? That against one elephant, yes, everyone always dies. Need to stop these Roman boats dropping men off. I think we might need to go heavy on the. We actually do have enough economy to go boat king, so we might actually go boat king. Not a terrible plan on this particular occasion. You're not wrong. So okay, the only problem is we've slightly kind of we're not going to get good attack from these guys because they're all at the same. They're all trying to pour out the same section. So we'll see about this. I will say these guys are just going to rout, I would imagine, because they're just so surrounded. So I'm just going to pile in, just hope that they rout straight away. They have indeed routed straight away. That's excellent. This ram's on fire, which is staggering, but it has managed to happen. So that's good as well. Again, we're just going pure numbers right now to help out all of this. These guys are a bit isolated, so we'll deal with them. As for this entrance, we'll let them waste their time. We don't actually have weapons here to interrupt when we could open the gate with the dogs. The dogs are the other entranceway anyway. Okay, once again, mopped up. So, with them ploughed through, I think they're basically all dead anyway. They're already dead anyway. Oh, we've had the gate open. Well done, everyone. Well done. So, that means dogs. You know what? I call that a trap. It's fine. I'm just going to call that a trap. I don't know why the gate... One horse ran out. Okay, the dogs are now going to come out anyway. Camels. Camel, camel, camel. Camel in general, you go take them on. And everyone else, peasants, you don't need to exit, thank you very much. I was going to be sending the dogs in that direction, but it's fine. It's all just a bit of a mess. It's fine. So dogs are now doing that. I'm going to say you can just chase after because those dogs are now wasted, but if nothing else, the dogs should be impacting the morale of these units because we're still kind of in that dogs have just attacked these guys kind of situation. Oh yeah. I don't think it even matters what unit's at the front here because we're just smashing through them. So in we go. Okay. Yeah, we are going to go into Boat King mode, I think. So let's try and deal with the Romans that way in time. For the moment, we kind of can't. The other gateway is now open, by the way, so we need to activate Plan Elephant. Come on, Ellie! Time for the Ellie charge! They've captured the walls. In come a couple javelins. Come on, Ellie. Do your filthy, filthy business. Come on. Go for the charge. Hit the one at the back. There's one smash. Come on. Come on. Go into full plough mode. Full plough mode. Peasants, you can join in. General, you can join in as well. But I think if we can just get the plough going, this is going to be very, very silly at this side as well. Get in there. Fight them out. Fight them out. Keep pushing. They're kind of stuck a little bit, but if we can just get them to move, they are breaking them. They're breaking them. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes. This is what we all came here for today. Elephants in the gateway. I'm just going to move my general in case. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's all fine. Get the general out there to mop them up. Peasants, hold the gateway. How are the rest of us doing, by the way? I imagine it's all over. It is all over. It's very much all over. Okay, so after that funniest streamer that will determine who in fact let the dogs out, it was the Spanish. The Spanish dogs. I do need a whole dog army. Do you reckon football will come home to Scotland this year? The home of passing football, maybe. I think that is unlikely. I think Scotland might be hoping for a. Well, put it this way: Scotland had a 94th minute whatever corner chance to go and like equalise against Morocco. Didn't send up the goalie because they're better off not conceding a goal difference to get third place goal difference situation. So Yeah, I would say if that's what you're... Oh, we really should be paying attention because it turns out they're coming back. And we haven't controlled this gate. We haven't managed to break him though, so that's good. But we did lose a lot more than I wanted there. So we'll just go back inside Ellie and we'll round them up. Yeah, you go around, Mr. General. You go around and deal with him. Good that we got to you just in time. Ellie's heading back into the town. She did lose a couple apparently in that situation. So try and push on through. But yes, I'd say if you're trying not to score so that your goal difference isn't effective for third place, you're probably not going to win. But, you know, all the best to Scotland. I very much hope that they do well. But I'm not exactly expecting them to end up as victors, to be honest. But you never know. You never know. Right, General, your job is to deal with them. Ellie can now turn around that the peasants have shoved them out of the city. Let's just speed this up. Can they get a charge in? Massive charge. Not much of a massive charge. We're so close though to getting to elephants it actually recruited. So let's really hope that we can push into that situation. Okay, they are routed. Goodly news. Goodly news indeed. Okay. So the battle is inevitable, but the victory hangs in the balance indeed. No, wait, time to release the pigs of war. We've done the pigs of war. Come on, England. Yeah, indeed. Oh, dear. Elephants are running amok right at the death. Okay, luckily the general isn't near. That's why I was sending him out of the way a moment ago. Oh, no. Oh, no, don't get whore. Oh, no. One of our centaurs just got elephanted. Right, peasants, you might want to flee. This might be a little bit longer than it needs to be at the end, just to mop up people, but let the general do as much as he can. It'll be fine. Yes, I am in English, so I am very much gunning for England. I think we have potential. We're potentially good enough, but we will have to see. The World Cup is always very tricky to actually win. I think Argentina are even that good last time and they won it, so we shall see at the end of the day. But we've got some potency, that's for sure, but it's not very good defenders. So we'll see how it goes for good old England. But yeah, you never bet on anything with them, to be honest. Seen too many years of heartbreak. If anyone, the majority of them might not be animals. We're kind of beast battles in this particular campaign. It is fair to say we are beasts rather than simply animals. Oh, the one centaur's doing his work. Lovely work. I like it. Right, everyone's starting to arrive. It's probably a little bit late, to be honest. We'll just mop them up. Brazil next. I'm doing indeed Brazil next, and basically I think their best chance is lose by one. Well, they could get a point there. I could see them getting a point, but I think they're gunning for a 1 goal loss or maybe a point, which hopefully gets them through -1 goal difference, 3 points, which would probably work, but you never know. It don't come home too soon. I don't suspect it's going to be coming to either of our homes. So who is left alive, by the way? I think we're just going to let them live, whoever they are. So we'll exit pretty quick. I hope we've won already. We have won already. Good work, Luco. And if we get some of those elephants back. Victory sit for us there then. An attack on Numantia, which was inevitable, but we saw it coming thanks to Watchtower, because Watchtowers are important, damn it. I'm trying to get more dogs into this reinforcement situation here. Do I reckon we can do this? We have naked fanatics on horses versus naked fanatics not on horses. They have a lot more attack than we have, I think. Interesting. I'm going to withdraw one more time. No, they still want to do it. Okay. These rebels are serious, damn it. Fine, we'll save up. We'll take it on 1991. That's the year of my birth, to make any of you feel old or young. I don't know, really. Total War of the Beasts. I think we did have a Total War Beast battle. I think it was the 172 subscriber special. Literally 172 subscribers. It's very, very... It's weirdly casual for one of my videos, actually. Normally, those kind of is a little bit more scripted, but yes, it's a bit of a random battle. Just kind of cocking around with these guys. Really, really should have set this battle better, because actually I'm not sure we're going to win this one. So I should have actually thought about my positioning. But hey ho, we've done it now. We're into position, and we're just going to do our best. If we lose them, we lose them. But they are rebels, so hopefully we'll be okay. I'm gonna say, You guys smash into the Iberian infantry. And we'll just do our best with the hill charge here. Naked fanatics. Yeah, you hit them. The Cavalas, I'll be honest, I'm not having high hopes for this. Let's just see how this initial charge goes. Decent charge, pull out, lads. But I think they're going to rout as they pull out. That's the problem with these kind of cavalry. They just never really make it. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of that, isn't it? They can't do the job. You go into the cavalry. You come and help with the warhound situation. And you guys, I'm just going to say blow the horn. Oh, I don't have a horn. There's no horn of destiny here today. We'll just have to do the best we can. You do stuff and things. The other guys aren't coming back. It's fine. The rebels will just win. I like the rebels. But yes, the general is routing. We can't defeat generals. We can't defeat the rebels. We're clearly defeated. Oh well. Right, well, they'll run off somewhere. We'll retrain them. We'll deal with those guys in time. Oh dear. Right, well, that could have gone better, but it could have gone a lot worse, possibly, maybe. Over here, by the way, retrain, repair, and recruit. What would I actually prefer? Would I prefer... You know what? Peasants, just some infantry to hold things off is actually welcome. So we'll do that. As for the rest of this, you are at least in position. Now, my guys over here, yeah, you know what? Come and join with him. Alliance announced Germania Scythia. We also hate Scythia now. Ostilica Warhounds. Unlocalized placement text. Oh, that's no good. I mucked up something in the files. Okay. Centaur's description. I do have a little tick list. I ticked it, so it means I did it, but I must have done something wrong. Formatted it wrong or something like that. Okay. Right, these guys. Have you built a ram? Are you doing anything? No ram right now. Luckily we do have the turn to rebuild before they turn up. Are they going to take on my rebels? I'd like them to. I doubt it, you know. So we'll get some dogs there. More dogs. And I could really do with some centaurs, to be honest, lads. So I'm going to say build the centaur stable next. You also build the centaur stables. No matter what else we're doing, we want more of them. Now, war dogs coming out of there. Ostilica's happy enough for the time being. You're fine. Palmer's finally grown, right? Yay, it's grown. Town expands. I beat you to that message game. Okay. For some reason, I do not know why, Carthage have left Carthage undefended. I should be suspicious, but I don't really have any choice but to attack. Now, this is stone walls. I can't really attack, can I? No, because I don't have any infantry, and we didn't bring any, and we already discovered this problem. Now I do have no things. Yeah, I don't have the actual units to use them. They've hyped them up. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, tell you what. Is there some here? Yay! Okay, we're allowed some. For this purpose. Okay, we're getting men into play. Right, Mr. Boats. Drop him off there. Next turn we can attack. Oh, that's really going to be a problem, isn't it? Okay, fine. Yeah, we need to... I either need to come up with some kind of beastly infantry unit, or I need... Yeah, just to say peasants is fine for this circumstance. Maybe I need to put the Amazons in next time. That is something we need to figure out for the next one. So we shall do that. Fine. We'll end a turn one more time. Carthage have come for us now. Obviously they have. We're in trouble. We are... I think the technical term is buggered. But... what do we want to do? Do we give it a go? I think we should give it a go. Oh dear, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. And we're probably going to lose everyone as well because the boats actually aren't technically at the shore either, are they? They are not. So, okay. That's problematic. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Do we pull out a little bit here? Mine's 1981. I'll hit the Gauls out. Carthage saw your army, said no thanks. Carthage must be destroyed. Bull Warriors, I know it's fudging the games for not naming them. So, yes, we do have Bull Warriors. It's these guys, but they don't have a thing, so we'll ignore that. Okay, do we reckon we can pull this off? We have faction leader. If we withdraw, we can at very least take them on separately, which I think I prefer, because I think it's the second battle that's going to kill me. So I'm going to say I withdraw and see if they attack. They didn't go for the second battle. Okay. Bit of a shame that. The lack of infantry has literally cost us Carthage. So we're going to have to figure out a different solution here. Now the alternative solution is we just go around to Fapses. Boats, if you win, and that might well be the plan. Excellent stuff. So, give your men to them. Fine. No, we lost the experience. There we go. Back to experience. I just wanted to check this coastline of Sardinia. Oh, that's still theirs as well. It doesn't though have thingy on it. Okay, I don't think we can do this. Let's go here first. Deal with this. Come back across. And I would say our reinforcements should arrive, but the reinforcements mostly been sunk. Oh, sorry, been taken on by the rebels. So we don't really have reinforcements. We have 3 sets of dogs. That's reinforcements. So, yeah, so 2 sets of dogs. So that's something. But it's not really what's going to get this over the line. It could do, actually. I'm going to get more dogs. But it's certainly not going to... It's not going to be enough by itself, is it? No. So you guys come over here. We'll send some reinforcements in this general direction. You can get us a couple of them as we go. Yes, we're going to have to be slightly delayed on Carthage, I'm afraid. The boat has decided to... Yes, we can't dock at port here today, so we're going to go to a different destination. We'll solve that one in time. You. I think we can just clear this guy out, can't we? I would say so. Let's take on this lad instead, make us feel a little bit better about that little embarrassment. So, as we, I would say, get on with the last sort of couple battles of the day then, I would say let's deal with these guys. So, sorry, missed the beginning of the stream, so didn't realise you had made general to cavalry to bull warriors. Yes, indeed. Wasn't sure if the infantry unit was still in the game. No, I should have removed them. I don't know if I did, but I should have. Why have they got a mountain to stand on? For Pete's sake. Okay. So they are way up the mountain. This means it's going to take cocking ages, technical term, of course. They're right in the corner as well, which means it's going to be hard to turn them. So I'm going to say let's just get everyone over here for a moment. I'll speed that up while we get ourselves into position. So are the BC merchandise available? Oh, that would be an excellent idea. Yes, I did mention on the channel update on Saturday, it only came out yesterday actually, on the channel update about potential for merchandise. So do let me know if you have any potential things. Obviously, yes, the beastly units of doom that we've created here, there could be something. So yeah, do suggest things that we could do. I'd and if you know any particular good merchandise partners, who actually you think A are actually good for the creator and B actually make decent things, because I quite like to do some merchandise stuff, but it's something that I don't know, all that much about. I need to do a little bit more research regarding that. We obviously do have a sponsor on the channel recently, Own Piece of History UK, who do some lovely like ancient coins, all sorts of coins to be honest, so do take a look at them. There's a load of links actually on the channel page, so you can go take a little look at some of that. But we haven't got any merchandise set up just yet, but we do have that sponsorship deal with Own Piece of History UK, a Etsy store that we'll do some beautifully framed like coins and things basically like that. You get 10% off if you use the discount code HUMAN. So do go have a little look at that store. As I say, it's on the little link at the top of the page. And maybe one of the moderators, if they're on, can grab that link and shove it in here. But yes, there is that for people. But yeah, merchandise, do let me know, because there's lots of cool things we could make. And obviously, particularly things that you think you might actually buy yourself is the other key thing there. The Silly Medieval 2 mod, where dinosaurs, Godzilla, and Teletubbies were available as merc units. I remember something like that. I remember Melkor playing with like SpongeBobs and things. There might have been like lots of different YouTubers actually, something very bizarre. But there we are. I'm going to step out for a bit. That's all right. Thank you for coming along to Merchants a Human. Oh, that could indeed be the tagline. Indeed, the tagline of this live stream actually, or the fundraiser is to give is to human. So yes, indeed, we are up 35.5%. Absolutely lovely, lovely. Thank you to everyone who has indeed donated today. Donated towards Haven's Hospice, in case you missed it. Look after people with terminal illnesses, and not just them, but also their families as well. They do great care for everyone involved. So a really good cause, something that means a lot to me as well. Put a little link in the chat again, because yeah, I think we did the link up there earlier. We are just about in position. These guys have not actually charged on in just yet. So I think we're actually in a good position here. So yeah, I'll just post that in the chat in case you want to get involved with the donations and whatnot. But thank you very much for being here all the same. We had a few people donate directly through. As I mentioned earlier, I can't do it through YouTube simply because YouTube is for American charities. So something I wanted to do for a while. In the end, I decided we will do it this way. It's not necessarily ideal, but yes, I'm glad people have got involved today and have donated to the cause. Very much appreciated by me. And I will just get us set up here. Sending dogs just for morale, of course. I'm going to say you can just start charging. You guys can start charging as well. And I would say at this point, throw your javelins in, sir. Preferably at the guy at the back, actually. And I think we should break them around pretty easily. Surprised they actually even stood for that charge, but they did. So fair play to them. But I think the second unit has given up very quickly, and now it's just time to finish them. Yeah, we are glass cannons. I mean, we're barbarians of sorts, so we should be. But yeah, it's we do lose quite a few units, and we do need to be getting the camel retrained. So if we need to go around to Thapsus, that might be what we do. Certainly the boats would be useful for stopping the Romans. I think we can defend I think we can defend Oscar on this occasion, but we'll have to see how it goes. I don't know what that army's like. I have to go check that out in a minute. But yeah, we should get some more boats to go and sort that out. They actually escaped, which is kind of embarrassing, but the dogs will chase them down forever. They're also actually really bad at chasing people down. They sort of pause to bite and they can't actually quite catch them, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, there we are. Jimify put in the Etsy shop link there. Has a discount code included, actually. So thank you for that, Jimify. And with that, then we can get them back in the town and retrain the secondary force, who, yeah, can get themselves some more men. I will now go for the blacksmith. I want to get ourselves as strong a unit as we possibly can everywhere. If we're at this point, should be looking pretty good. I don't think we need to retrain in Osturica, but we can in the others. Over here, what do we actually want? The thing is, they're all kind of military, aren't they? So I guess we'll just build that in Scalabus because it's better than not. But it's not really perfect, is it? Right, centaurs can at least come out of Carthaginova and out of Cordoba in good time. That is absolutely lovely. And dogs help boost human morale in real life as well. Indeed, they do. An interesting. Okay, more ghouls turning up. This is just going to be forever. Oh, the ghouls have put us under siege. Oh, it's not the Romans. They're just here. They're taking on the rebels. The rebels are doing their good buffering work. By the way, elephants down to 4 here, which is not great. We lost too many of them in that second charge that I got distracted and missed. So that is quite irritating. Okay, into Carole. This one, we have got no rams. This was this turn, was it? Okay, not a problem. I would say then we can maybe finish off with this one here today. I think it's a good place. Did we just pass Dacia and not chat to them? Bit of a shame. Okay, was that the Julii taking over that siege? I think it was. I think maybe they're coming for Numantia, and it's going to be really annoying if they keep on doing this kind of thing, because yeah, then we're going to have to defend more than one town, but at least we have time to get units moving around in that case. So yeah, send the warhounds over here. Should be fine with these guys. I can see their city and they don't have any units coming for me. Over in this part of the world, you can get shuffling along. Parma is done growing, build its port. That'll be more in terms of these upgrades. This is going to be attacked by Rome. I don't really care. I'm just taking it off these guys. That's the main thing here. And how are we looking? Warlords hold. Epona, you can just build the next level of Epona and Ostilica Market. You can... What do you want here? I don't know that we actually need very much here at all. I might build the tavern just for happiness. There's no one here to get drunk, so that's fine. I will just send the war dogs out. Might as well. And in that sense, we're in a good position here. Fine. Money is still okay. Still okay. I was supposed to send those horses from Parma onto the boat. I did not. It's not the end of the world. It's just a mild annoyance. And I will get more boats out of here straight afterwards. Fine. Let's head into these guys then. This is going to be a walkover, so we will just do it ourselves, but it will be fairly simple. Dogs do indeed boost human morale in real life. It's just they more lower the enemy's morale. And to be fair, when other people have a dog and you don't, that is quite morale crushing, it should be said. Fine. Right, well, this is looking pretty darn good. Now, these guys can obviously use the rams. That's their job. I would say if we're going to have any unit push rams, it's probably like these guys. The problem we have is after rams, if we have to go take actual walls, then we're going to have a problem. Then we might have to like siege things out. So any suggestions on ideas for that? I am quite happy using the Amazonian infantry we used in the Roxolani campaign. I could mod those in easily enough, I suppose. I've kind of already done the hard work with that. So that's something I'll probably do. As for these guys, just get your javelins in play. That would be marvellous. And to be honest, I'm just going to send the dogs into the city. That's largely going to do this job. We don't really have the missile support here other than the general. So let's do that. If they're not going to defend the walls, I'm not going to use the second ram, so we need not worry about that. That's marvellous. The thing is, we actually could like get the dogs to hold the ram potentially, but we can't get them to hold the ram if the ram won't spawn in with a unit like that. That's the problem we have with that kind of thing. So job number one, dogs. One of you for them, two of you for them. And the rest, I think, is just down to generals just to stand here and throw in their javelins, to be honest. I think that's all we are going to do. Feed them to the dogs. So that is just marvellous. This is an interesting little town. Sardinia, beautiful place. Haven't been here for a long time in real life. Mrs. said, Alea iacta est. He let loose the dogs of war on Pompey. We let loose the dogs of war on these Carthaginian bastards. So we will indeed deal with them. Can the dogs handlers please sod off though? I know you want to keep an eye on your puppers, but you're better off not worrying about it, to be honest, chaps. Okay, just stay back. You'll be safer this way. So, we're actually not in range, stupidly. We've actually managed to break the general unit who's going to try and push back through, but that's just going to mean they get munched up like crazy. 3 units of dogs. Oh, this is more than enough. We don't even need to throw the javelins. No dogs need even die in this battle. No, 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 no. We continue to the last. They get to be eaten alive. We are cruel. And there they are. They spread out to find new owners about the town. See, we bring everyone dogs. We are truly the greatest of people. Hounds of Kulan, perhaps. Ooh, that could be fun. We could bring them in. They are hounds. Yeah, basically any infantry that's like actually an animal. Hounds of Kulan are literally hounds, so that's legit. Okay, these are... It's just a town, but it isn't happy. I'm gonna occupy just because I'd rather it does grow. I'm guessing, yeah, it's ready to grow. So that's fine. We'll just do that for the time being. Okay, well, you know what? I would say we can leave it here for now. It's been a pretty good opening, all things considered. Like, we don't... Like, this isn't quite a classic Spain opening because, of course, we have a load of random units. But by and large, it's very vanilla, other than my units being a bit weird. So, yes. Oscars, this is going to be the situation forever. We just need to hold out here. Now, obviously, we do want to get boats and just start blockading. That's the plan, but our boats aren't very good. So that does rely on us, you know, causing the Julii problems. We might need to be aggressive with the Julii and kind of punch them a little bit. But we have done good work here. We managed to get the Iberian Peninsula under control. That means that our economy is really good. We've basically built every turn. I don't think apart from maybe turn 2 we ever ran out of money. So we're constantly building. We're constantly pumping out troops as well, which is important. But we've still got growth. We've done an excellent job in terms of balancing that kind of thing. So I'm pretty delighted with how that's gone. I'm going to say, sir, build me my classic watchtowers. You, sir, build me a classic watchtower on Sardinia. And do I have anyone particular that I'd rather be sent out on this? Oh dear, he's picking up all sorts of nonsense. Don't really want to leave you behind here then. You're better off in battle. Don't want to leave either of them behind, of course, but what I do want to do is make sure that we've dealt with them. So attack their boats. You get back over here. And you over in that direction. Excellent. So at the very least, we've got this under control now. For some reason, the Julii never took this. If nothing else, this might make the Julii attack here instead. I don't mind. It's fine if we lose that. Oscar's easier to defend, of course. This guy is actually blocking the strait, the little coastal path for us, which is good. I'm kind of pleased about that. We are getting some good infrastructure. I mean, the stables are being built, the centaurs being pumped out. That's looking magnificent, it should be said. Hounds of Kulan. Yeah, any other suggestions then of what we can do? Hounds of Kulan, I like that. So that we've got some kind of unit. Obviously, like the Velite are, you know, kind of wolf creatures. If we've got Hounds of Kulan, we probably won't do Berserkers. I guess the Hounds of Kulan are the same kind of unit, but they haven't got Hound in their name. So, you know, maybe actually I might actually use the asset from Rome Total War. It might be easier actually in terms of modding Berserker, but we'll call them the Hounds of something. Give me suggestions in the comments. Comment on the actual live stream video as well. And yes, perhaps we can also next time we can have a little look-see at what else we could do. Since it is a charity live stream, as I said, there's going to be a series of live streams. So the next part being next weekend, probably next Sunday. Next Sunday, probably the same time next Sunday, I would say. So that would be the 28th of June, 3 p.m. in Central European summertime. We'll continue with this. The plan is to win the short campaign. Maybe win it next time, maybe not. We've got 3 Carthaginian settlements to take. That would leave us at 11 regions. We need 15 as well. So we could then maybe eat Numantia. Maybe we'll attack the Romans. I don't know. Maybe Gaul just needs to be put down. I'm not sure, but I'm sure we'll come back to this next Sunday. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. And Carthage, hopefully a bit distracted by this. We might just be able to swing across and block that bridge. So these rebels could be very, very helpful to us yet. So yeah, I'm thinking next Sunday we'll continue this. Do give me suggestions for alternative units we can do. I can try some chariots. We can, of course, get some Hounds of Kulan. We definitely need some infantry just to kind of make the game work. We should have walked into Carthage there, but we'll be fine. We'll make it work alternatively. But we do need some infantry just for practical purposes, I suppose. But yeah, Hounds of Kulan at least kind of tick that box. So maybe they can just kind of replace the bull warriors in terms of... Well, we could just have bull warriors. I might put them back on because they're literally bull warriors. So maybe we'll do that. But they are the generals, of course. So we will see about that as well. Also, to those of you who donated, you know what? I would really love to name a city after you. That would be lovely. So I'll name some cities after you guys, and maybe anything like that. Maybe we can do next time as well. Maybe we'll do that. If you do, but if you have donated today and you would like a particular city in your name, be it a future one or a current one, do let me know. I guess we'll say first come first serve in that regard. I guess if there's yeah, something like that. And if you haven't commented, because not all of you will still be watching, then I'll give you a city. But they're all lovely cities. They're all absolutely marvellous. Oscar, I can understand if you don't want this one, but maybe if you're a true warrior, maybe you want to give us spirit here. But yes, let me know if you have already donated. If you would wish to have a city in your name, I can do that. Like we done the Alexander Rebels camp, or the Alexander 10,000 subscriber special campaign, because that was awfully good fun as well. But yes, I think it's a good place to leave it. Basically, Total War Animal Farm by Tenacious the Human, George Orwell. My middle name is George Orwell, of course. Hello indeed to the best 2420. We are actually about to leave, but Jimmy Magna also. Are you Carthago Nova then, Jimothy? Is that what you are going for? Is that what you're going for? Is that the city you want renamed? Do let me know. How about the Artillery Siege Only, the Impossible campaign? I did that on Medieval 2. It was cocking insanity. It's just about possible. I had no infantry on that. We were literally just artillery. It was stupid. Yeah, go and check that one out. That's an interest. It's kind of short form actually. It's a 2-episode but short form. It's about 25 minutes overall. The Artillery Only in Medieval 2. It's very stupid. We should do it for Rome as well. It is on the list, but I have 1,000 things on the list, so we shall see about that. But I will leave it for now. We are up to 355, 35.5% for our donations today. And there have been a few donations in the chat as well, actually using that. So Lazy Hoplite for his 50 Swedish krona, thank you very much. And for Warring 675 for the £3, thanks for the stream. Indeed, thank you very, very much. We also had some donations on the Just Giving page as well. So a little shout out to you. Reminder that you can ask in the comment section here underneath the video as well. Mr. Bungus with £50, amazing. Dacia Aficionado with £10, added the gift aid on as well, so thank you very much everyone. Kwani for £50, David Sims £30, and Jimify £50. Thank you all. That's, yeah, a good chunky amount today, it should be said. A good extra 200 or so. So thank you very much. We'll continue with this next time. For now though, I think it is time to leave you. It has been absolutely magnificent being back in the live streams. As I say, meet me next. Jimothy is going to take Lepsis Magna. That does make sense, but we didn't have it yet, so I wanted to check. Okay. Excellent stuff. And welcome to the Militia Hoplites, to the best 2420. Oh, thank you very much for signing up. Much appreciated. Do let me know of particular stickers, by the way. I can create some stickers for the YouTube members. I think there are some old ones on there for Germania from that campaign, so I think you can actually put a Berserker sticker in honour of joining the Berserkers joining our ranks here. So lovely. Going to watch that Insanity to satisfy my satiety. Excellent. Yes, Artillery Only. Very, very stupid campaign. Go and join that. Other stupid campaigns, particularly weird ones. We do have the playing the game as intended by CA, which was literally following the advisors. That was quite stupid, but quite good fun. That was a few months ago. So, yes, a few other things. But for now, indeed, have a goodly evening to Nursing and chat. Thank you. Thank you for the stream. Indeed, JO2T94R rolls off the tongue. Thank you indeed. I will leave you then. 23 of you left here today. I will save this game up, finally get rid of all these horrible, horrible numbers, and just call it #2. So I will see you next Sunday, same time, 3 PM Central European summertime. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Nose the Human, and this has been our animal only charity stream for Haven's Hospices. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, getting involved in the chat, and of course, in particular to those of you who have donated. Thank you very much. Horse Archer Fast Forward only. Good idea. And goodbye.